All right, guys, you want to watch Idiot Influencers JiDion? I'm assuming it's because Rob's Media makes fun of me in the video at some point. Highlights my most incredible moment of my career this year. So it's incredible. I wonder if Rob put this on the screen, or if Caleb put that on the screen. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I actually have quite a bit to say about this moment since it's been 8 months since it happened. My 6-minute crash out that I immediately realized I was being stupid about and kind of moved on. But I do have a lot to say about it. A little bit to say about it. I'm trying to get you to watch more of this react I have to this video. So fuck you. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about it when we get there. Yeah. So let's watch it, man. Idiot Influencers JiDion. He's really getting bent over for these mistakes, man. Well, thankfully, JiDion's still making his content like this beautiful Predator can't help sending shower gooning videos. So we're using AI, I guess, to... I mean, listen, if I was going to do something serious to try to catch predators, I would probably be as immature about it as possible, personally. But so let's get going.
A person that just does mischief for fun.
Mischief for fun
is a fool, and that's...
What if you don't do it for fun? What if you just do it because you feel like you have to?
That's how I made my bread and butter.
Hey,
I just like to do mischief
butter.
for fun. You know, with this understanding, I would be a fool to go back into my old ways and keep on causing mischief, keep on pranking people, keep on ruining people's day just for my financial gain. I'll be a fool to do that. And not only would I be a fool, but I would be evil. Joe, I know you're back here. You don't know Joe?
Joe Mama?
Joe Mama. Yeah, Joe.
Wow, incredible. Joe Mama.
Joe went missing. You guys stole him. Where did they take him, JV? You didn't trespass him, so shut the fuck up!
Damn.
Freedom of speech. You can yell on the sidewalk.
True, dude. What about 8 inches in thick, though?
The sidewalk. Yep. I am a multi-millionaire. I promise you, I can take this as far as you want. This is actually my bank account. Like, no lie, right hand on the Bible, this is my bank account.
You invited EDP into your Discord server, which allows minors. Is that true?
There were minors in my server, yeah.
Up until recently,
Damn. Sounds like a bad idea, brother.
JiDion was heralded as one of YouTube's greatest creators, starting
I don't know about that, but he was more liked, yes.
off as a goofy prank channel and becoming one of the platform's only good predator catchers. But some recent
What are you talking, Rob? What the f are you talking about? He worked with like all of his he worked with other people that were good at pred catching, specifically Alex Rosen. I don't like Alex Rosen, but he was effective, or he is effective at predator catching. What the f are you talking about? What? I remember, like, even when it came to Skeeter Gene, he's like, "Yeah, I work with Skeeter because I don't know what the f I'm doing." But okay, got it.
controversies of his has caused skepticism, making some like myself believe his motivations aren't pure in the slightest. And
I don't think that most predator catchers on the internet have pure intentions at all. I think they do it for money. I think that, like, it's probably still for the best that they do it, even though they don't really care. But like a lot of them, that's why you see pretty much like everybody who does predator catching, it's people who used to be pranksters, and for some reason there's like a similar audience, and they usually will do it in an immature capacity. But yeah, like they don't really care. Like, I don't think JiDion doesn't really care. He doesn't really understand. Like, he made that video about Kayla. He went and like complaining about her. Like, she's 18 or 19 now, but she was like 16, and he like treated her like she was his mental age. It was fucking bizarre.
And with the Mike Klum documentary on EDP 445 finally being released,
dude, and it was a great documentary. You know where you could watch it? You could watch it on my Papa Gut members only medium gut, dude. Oh, epic plug, dude. Give me a break. I'm having a daughter. Give me the money. Anyway, yeah, man, media members only. The small gut gives you access to the full Discord. The medium gut gives you access to a tremendous amount of members only content. You can get it on YouTube or Patreon. Same rewards, same great price, dude. Also, podcast with my wife, link in the description. We're having a baby. It's incredible stuff. And you got some stickers too. Look at that. There's my face. There's my fatness. There's my booty. I used to be big on TikTok. Still am, and it is incredible stuff. And we're gonna work on getting another wave of stickers. I think that's what we really need to do. So yeah, good plug, huh? I'm trying to get more organic.
it shows how truly irresponsible and reckless JiDion can be. But I want to dive a bit deeper into all of this to show a pattern of behavior, how cloud-hungry and demented he is, and how it negatively affects those around him. This is how JiDion ruined his reputation in only 1 month.
Jesus.
In 2018, during the
Damn, he looks young as hell there. He looks a little bit like KSI, which I don't think is racist to say, so leave me the fuck alone.
tail end of his time in high school, JiDion would begin uploading content to YouTube.
I think it's just a big forehead.
A lot of it would be goofy videos he'd upload of his friends, like going around asking girls if dick size matters. It ends with them getting kicked out of the mall for acting as a public nuisance, which he'd kick up a notch in later videos. JiDion's
Well, you gotta keep escalating in your behavior if you want to stay popular, I guess.
first hit video was a prank where he returns an empty shoebox to an employee at the Shoe Palace. The guy is reasonably pissed and gets him kicked out, but JiDion returns later in a
Looks like it's during COVID. They got the masks on.
disguise.
I'm trying to get my size 13, man.
Bro, go over to Tilly's got size 13, bro.
Why can't I shop here? Why can't I do my business in here?
Come on, man. Trying to get a shoe, man. You understand that?
Is he pretending to be like gay or something? What is going on here?
But you know.
Bro, I asked your manager if I can get a size 13 yesterday, slapped it across the room. Like, can you go check and see if you got these, man?
You think y'all funny with this YouTube shit? Ain't fun.
Come on, bro. Can I
That's pretty base, though. That is true.
please? Can you hook me up, bro?
I was telling them,
We good, bro? I just want my size 13, man. If you good, I'm good.
Don't report me, dog. I'll tell your camera how to smash that shit.
That wouldn't be cool, bro.
I don't care. I don't care. I told y'all stop fucking with my business, and y'all came back again today after I already told y'all yesterday.
I just don't find this
Valid crash out.
shit funny because the employees are being quite reasonable here, though JiDion still received tons of public support. He even
Yeah, that's because of like a bunch of young people thought this type of content was funny. Like you're just harassing like public employees and like that's pretty much it. Like minimum wage workers and shit. For whatever reason, people thought they were like super funny things to do. It was because the internet was like so dumb and terminally online. So still is.
even made a second video where he returned to the store to perform a diss track on them, garnering millions of views.
Wow.
All I'm saying is that if Jack Doherty was doing shit like this, people wouldn't be as receptive. I think JiDion mainly got away with it because of optics. His pranks were more goofy than others, like showing up to a Zoom call while taking a bath, disrupting college classes by cheating on tests, going bowling with a coconut, getting a haircut at an NBA game, and sleeping at a WNBA game. In 2021, JiDion would also begin streaming on YouTube, maintaining a decent viewership. So much so that in January of the next year, he started multi-streaming to Twitch. But only 2 weeks into the stint, he
Twitch reached out to me and they're like, "Oh, we want to see if we can get you on a platform." And then I responded, and they never responded to me. I don't understand that, dude.
got into his first big controversy. It was his first ever stream verified on the platform, and he chose to go after fellow streamer Pokimane while she was reacting to him. He basically insults her fans as
Was she reacting to him? I could have swore she was like playing Valorant and she had nothing. She didn't give a fuck about what was going on. What?
simp losers, which is true. But many thought he took things a step too far when he encouraged viewers to brigade her.
Everybody.
You know, honestly, looking back, I think the Pokimane hate is kind of like forced. I'm not saying that she's not cringe sometimes online, but I mean, I feel like the hate is like super duper forced. I don't know. It just seems kind of fucking stupid. I mean, the people, like, I don't really get it. Like, who are the people that hate Pokimane? Either they love prank content that just harasses, like, workers or something, or, like, what is it? Like, what are the communities that hate her? Like, Aiden Ross, the guy that was hanging out with Sneeko, the fucking pedophile guy who says that 12-year-olds can marry 20-year-olds as long as they look mature enough, and you can't pin him down on what he thinks age of consent should be. That's Aiden Ross, the guy who's best friends with fucking Andrew Tate, who has incredibly credible allegations about raping and sex trafficking people, and even admitted that he was dating a 15-year-old girl when he was in his late 20s. What's the community that hates Pokimane? You know what I mean? Like, this is the problem is that like it's not like regular normal people are like shitting on Pokimane. It's literal fucking losers that are shitting on Pokimane. Even if she is not great, the people shitting on her are always worse. They're always worse. So it's just like the hate really was for a very long time forced. I understand that she could be cringe. Like she had the whole thing where she's like, guys, I want to have a baby, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, whatever. She's looking for some attention, or what was the other one? She says, eat the rich, which is valid and true. But she just kind of complains like she is rich. So I get it. It seems like hypocritical, even though like I guarantee you that she pays her income taxes, which is what billionaires don't do. That's why you need to hate them. And I don't feel like elaborating on the point again, but they basically dodge their taxes and give more money to politicians to make laws that make your life harder. So I don't know, man. Just something interesting. Something to keep in mind. Like, who really hates Pokimane? The people that like worse people. It's fucking weird.
I say L plus ratio. L.
Oh, nah, bro.
Nah, bro.
I want to rate. Bro, please.
No, JiDion.
No,
20
JiDion.
minutes to chat. You have 19 minutes and 49. Yo, chat. Guys.
No.
Follow her right now, y'all.
Even Aiden Ross, who's an absolute retard,
Whoa, Robert! Stop that, Mr. Train.
knew this was a bad idea.
He just likes trains a lot because he's autistic. And the reason I think he likes trains so much is because he likes Frogan so much. Frogan the Tank Engine. You guys remember that meme? I don't even know if it exists anymore. There we go. That's what I'm referring to. That's what I'm referring to. Beautiful picture, by the way. I love that so much. Wow. Incredible. Beautiful.
Pokey would quickly notice this and had to end her stream early, talking about the drama at length next day. It's reasonable for her to be mad about the hate raid, but the reason why she got more hate in the situation is that she and her fans made it all about misogyny. A lot of this was over a comment JiDion made about her diehard simps, who mainly watch her so they can get a good goon session.
Whatever. Hey, you know what? Who cares?
If you're from Pokemon, if you're from Pokemon's chat,
Yo.
and you have a penis, I'm gonna tell you this right now. She is not gonna fuck you, bro. I don't care how much you donated. I don't care how many hours you watch her. She's not gonna fuck you, bro. She has a man. Bro, you probably don't want to hear this. You probably don't want to hear this. Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna break the fourth wall. And spoiler alert, she's getting dicked down every night by another.
I mean, he's out of
By a black guy?
line, but he's right.
I guess so. What I find interesting about shaming women streamers who like show off their assets and stuff, is like, why? Specifically because, again, the people who watch Pokimane and jack off to her, I guarantee you at least 50% of those people are people that like watch JiDion's content or like are incels. And they're doing like a fresh and fit where they like look at a woman, they try to, they go like, oh, I hate this woman, and then they like pay for them, right? Like that's what Fresh and Fit does. They bring out women, they make fun of them, and really it's always OnlyFans girls, and then all the people buy the OnlyFans because they want to be like, I hate this woman, and then purchase it, right? And so like you, like half the people buying it are those people. But then also, you know, realistically speaking, and the reason that I bring it up and I get into that is because like that's just kind of the audience that's available specifically on Twitch. Like if you want to be successful on Twitch, and it's probably changing slowly, but you kind of have to, if you're a woman, you kind of have to show off your fucking assets because the people on there are a bunch of young, immature men. That's what it comes down to. So like you're in an atmosphere and it's like you kind of have to do that if you want to be successful. So you start like thirst trapping a little bit. That's what the market wants. So you're like, well, if I want to be successful, I guess I'm going to have to do this, unfortunately. But it's like, you know, that's the criticism of the atmosphere. If they didn't have to do that for money, they probably wouldn't do that. And it's like, whatever, dude, like show off your assets, bro. I don't really care. I think that some people are just jealous that like some girls can in some capacity have it easy in that way. And they're just like, well, I wish I could do that. Well, okay. But like they have to do that. So it's not even like, I wish I could do that. It's like, well, no, they have to do that if they want to be successful. I don't really know of any woman streamer on Twitch specifically that's full of a bunch of young edgy men. I don't know of any streamer that like doesn't have to show themselves off if they're a girl to get attention. Like that's kind of fucked. You know, that's why I think that platforms like YouTube are kind of better, because they offer you more options. Because, you know, you don't have to necessarily thirst like that. So
JiDion did get banned over this, which many actually agreed with.
Yeah.
Yet the ban was absurdly long. It was
Whatever,
initially
dude.
2 weeks, but became 2 years. Most likely because of the power Pokimane holds on Twitch. You can commit actual crimes on live stream and get banned for like a day, yet doing a little trolling gets you a bigger punishment.
well, I would say it was kind of like, what did they call it? I mean, what did I say at the time? It should have been like 2 weeks, like a week or two or something like that. But sure, they should ban the people that are like doing the driving streams. I agree with that. It's liability for Twitch too.
Drama began the sacred war between the Poggers community and the W community on Twitch.
Wow, the greatest people in the world.
Essentially, the Bloods and Crips feud. They fought over the attention of teenage boys and not over drugs. Instead of getting shot up, the worst that can happen is you getting accused of rape, which happened to like half these guys. Though eventually, Pokey and JiDion would call a truce, and he'd be unbanned from Twitch in 2024. But before his reinstatement, JiDion would get into drama with one of Pokey's friends, Hassan Piker.
Oh, wow.
Shank's nephew has long provoked drama of other creators, and in May 2022, he attempted to call out JiDion. He had made a video investigating the small town of Harrison, Arkansas, which is believed to be the most racist town in America. However, after talking with the locals and even the mayor, he found that the town's bad rep came from the fact that the leader of the KKK resides in a nearby town called Zinc. Hassan didn't care about the nuance and used the video as evidence that JiDion is some sort of Uncle Tom type.
All the comments are eating it up. Yeah, bro, if you're fucking racist little white zoomer and you're watching JiDion, of course you're gonna fucking love it when your favorite black comedian is, you know, feeding into your worldview that, like, you know, being racist in an Xbox lobby is just memes, and also like even the fucking clan is like just a little misguided, but overall they're not like racist. That's like, this is the best thing, you know?
It's interesting because looking back, I remember defending JiDion, and I still think it was valid defending JiDion. I think he wanted to do kind of like the Daryl Davis thing, or the Daryl Dixon thing, no, and like de-radicalize white supremacists. The problem is like looking back with what we know now, like I think that Hassan is probably more right than I thought he was back then, even if I don't agree with him. Because like, what did JiDion just spend the last like year or so doing? Clout riding Alex Rosen because he didn't want, like, because even though Alex Rosen would like make a ton of racist jokes and say the N-word with JiDion and use JiDion as a like, see, I'm not racist, I have a black friend. So it is a little interesting looking back. It does kind of call into question what the actual intention was there from the start. You know, something to keep in mind, I think. JiDion only finally disconnected from Alex, not after all the racist stuff, but after he publicly gave money to Chud the Builder. So
JiDion clapped back, claiming that Hassan was acting like a white savior.
And since I didn't push a narrative,
Ethan Klein was also agreeing with Hassan in this instance too, just for an FYI.
Of, you know, black people being victims of racism and everything, and I actually showed the good of a town and stuff like that. I'm not smart enough, or I don't understand, or like I completely missed the mark and stuff like that. It was crazy.
The two had more back and forths. Hassan wasn't willing to admit he's wrong like always. It got JiDion a lot of goodwill, which would continue even after he pulled a stunt at that year's TwitchCon. Despite being banned, he managed to sneak his way in, trolling that defenseless little boy, Tommy Innit.
I'm your biggest
Defenseless little boy. What the fuck?
fan.
Oh, mate, thank you so much.
Like, that's why I got you a fan.
Oh, well, you're too kind, my friend. You're
My
too
man.
kind.
And I'm not gonna lie, you're a really nice guy, but I'm just hoping like it kind of resonates on some of your fans, because they were kind of mean in the line.
Oh, no, dude, I mean, my fans are wonderful. Thank you so much for coming.
But
Wasn't he just being an obnoxious asshole on the line? Wasn't that what he was doing the whole time?
you're a great guy.
Thank you.
You're the real MVP.
JiDion.
Who? Not all black people look the same, you know what I mean?
No. Okay.
Hey, can you do me one huge favor?
I absolutely do kind of have to move on the line.
Tommy said to unban me, Twitch. You rock, Tommy.
Cool. It's good to meet you, man.
You're the man.
Tommy, being as sensitive as he is, thought this interaction constituted harassment. He
Kind of did. I'm pretty sure he was like trolling the people on the line, and he was taking up the time. It was kind of harassment. I wouldn't say like top tier harassment, but JiDion was being annoying. I remember that.
He thought this was going to turn into an iDubbbz Tana moment.
It really threw me off, and a lot of people in the line. It upset. I was really sad about this. I was really angry about it. I don't want anyone to feel like they're in fucking school being made fun of when they're lining up to meet me.
Which is what JiDion was. I don't like Tommy in it, but like he's 100% valid here. And it's also just like a shitty move to do what he did. I mean, he's basically just like jumping in front of a camera and putting Tommy on the spot to, you know, say a bunch of things and not come off like an asshole. Because if he says something mean, then JiDion's gonna be like, oh, because JiDion's concern trolling in this instance, right? Like he comes in, he's pretending to be a nice guy, but he's really being very disruptive with a nice tone on there. So you understand that the optics don't look like they're in your favor. So yeah, like JiDion was being like an obnoxious asshole. Yeah,
it's like, I won't have it. Don't make fun of people for being passionate about shit, being happy. It's fucked.
I'm sorry, but
unless they're passionate about being furries. Actually, you know what, furries? I think they might not be so bad. I'm starting to think, you know what? I think that they're okay.
if you're a Tommy fan, you deserve to be bullied.
Why? Because they're cringe? Why do we have to bully cringe people?
Your favorite creator is one of the biggest pussies on the planet. This
Okay.
guy's head will explode if he hears the word retard too many times.
You probably shouldn't say that word. It's kind of a slur, but I mean, whatever. You do you, but I'm just saying. Okay.
Tommy ended up having to apologize to JiDion when the footage
Why?
did release, and the two squashed their beef behind the scenes. Despite years of success and all the goodwill he had gained, in
He had to apologize. Did he have to apologize? I don't remember that he had to apologize. I'm pretty sure the footage showed JiDion was being disruptive on the line. But okay.
Late 2023, JiDion made the strange decision to delete all the videos on his main channel. After having a religious awakening, JiDion thought that the type of content he made was getting in the way of his relationship with God.
I've been wrestling with my faith for the last couple of years.
This one is so funny, the God virtue signal, because when he was talking about that 16-year-old girl that he put in danger by having EDP come into his Discord, and then not more aggressively urge her or even check if she went to the police, and continued to work with her and use her as a decoy. After all that, he was like, she's a demon. She doesn't believe it. It's because she put something in there that she was like a satanic or something as like a meme in her Discord. He's like, see, she's a demon. I love God, so I'm better than her. It was so fucking cringe, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I kept on putting the world.
We love the religious virtue signal, guys.
World's needs and wants and my own needs and wants above God's love and God's commandments, you know?
My favorite instance of God's love is when he made his child die on the cross to absolve us of the sins he created and put into the world. It's my favorite part of God's love. It's so beautiful.
I didn't want to turn my life to God because I was scared. I was scared of what the world would think, you know? I'm not going to be as popular talking about God. You know, if I follow Jesus, I'm not going to be able to do certain things in my videos. And I was being so selfish. I was more concerned with my worldly desires instead of my spiritual desires when Christ tells us to be born again.
Viewers asked...
It's funny because he went back to doing prank style content and even doing his predator catches in a prank style for money. So it's like interesting when you follow some kind of like a religious code that isn't actually morally pure, but you follow it anyway, but then you can't even maintain following it because you're not making the money that you want to make. It's just funny.
Why he had to delete all of his old content to do this. To which JiDion said that all his prank videos are sinful and are the work of the devil.
So this is from collinsdictionary.com. Prank. A noun, a mischievous trick or joke, especially one in which something is done rather than said. If you do a trick on somebody, you have to deceive them. And we all know who is the master and the king of deception. That's Satan himself. So
isn't God the master of deception? I think it's Dana Carvey, master of disguise. But isn't God the master of deception? Like, he made, like, isn't the first story Adam and Eve? He's like, hey guys, you can chill here, but just don't eat the apple. But like, he deceived them in multiple ways. One, he didn't give them a cognitive ability to understand right and wrong. And then he also let the devil manipulate them into eating it by letting him like go into the Garden of Eden. Seems kind of deceptive to me. It's okay.
Every time that I'm doing a prank or doing a prank on a person, I am literally practicing what the master prankster himself, Satan, did.
The most egregious video of his that he cites is the Gatorade prank where he snuck into their factory, resulting in 3 employees getting fired. Though a lot of the other things he apologizes for are a bit silly, like jokes he made about gay sex or teen pregnancy.
Well, he's religious now. He probably doesn't think gay people are valid.
Things that are considered...
He would say something like, no, you know, it's not my thing, blah, 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 but he would think it's a sin, so.
It's sinful now. JiDion is gonna save raw dogging until after marriage, I guess. I don't think any of this was a grift.
I guess that would be the case, huh?
I do believe he was being genuine at the time. He even made an entirely new channel called JiDion, where he uploads Christian content.
The G is for God.
Posting over 300 videos. However, by spring 2024, it failed to take off, having low viewership. After its last upload...
It probably still made him a lot of money. Let's see.
By spring 2024, it failed to take off, having...
Probably still got good views, enough for him to make a living, but he didn't want to... He wanted to go the easy route.
Low viewership. After its last upload, he immediately began privating some of his old pranks, meaning he's profiting off of content he previously said was sinful. It wasn't just some of the pranks he hated, it was all of them. I'm not gonna call him a fake Christian, but this does seem highly hypocritical. And what's worse than going to hell is the hypocrisy, guys. And come on, he's still doing prank content. He just does it to people he can justify it with, mainly child predators. Starting in 2023, JiDion...
Pretty much, people don't really care about child predators, which is true, but he could do his content and take his shit more seriously.
began a new series titled EDP Watch, where he confronts online predators by pretending to be a minor. It's obviously inspired by Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator, with him even teaming up with Skeeter Jean, who parodies Chris. Going by the nickname Skeet Hansen, he's been producing predator catching content
Skeet on my balls, dude. How about that?
for years, with their first thing together being their investigation into Eat That Pussy 445.
Ooh, I love this moment. This is the moment where they couldn't get EDP. They couldn't get EDP to meet up with the girl that day. So instead of just waiting for another day, they decided that they were going to go and show up to his dialysis and not be able to do a goddamn thing except for make content.
Bryant Moreland is one of YouTube's most infamous pedophiles, previously exposed by YouTubers Cold Raven and Alex Rosen.
Again, so what brings you out here today?
Well, Rosen kind of fucked up too, so.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
I'll be going more in detail later about JiDion's investigation into EDP, as there's a lot of ethical and legal problems with it. But for now,
same thing with Rosen's.
All you need to understand is that it went insanely viral, with JiDion dressing up as a cupcake in order to confront Bryant. Its success compelled JiDion to make more just like it, rebranding from a Christian content creator to YouTube's next big predator hunter. Now, unlike many others in this line of work, he has actually gotten some of these creeps arrested, which is amendable. However,
amendable? Yeah, true.
There still are many criticisms of predator hunters that he'll never be able to avoid. For instance, JiDion isn't the best at working with police on these matters, which is crucial for actually getting these guys convicted. It makes him a
I think he's now working with them more ever since the YouTube implemented the thing where you had to. So, right, because there's an entire thing where you have to work with the police, and if you don't show that you're working with police, they'll ban you. So
lot less effective than he thinks he is.
So just tell us what's going on.
Okay.
I know we're doing this thing.
Levi, he admitted on camera, we have it all recorded, that he was talking to what he believed to be a 15-year-old boy on Grindr. He sent multiple pictures of his asshole.
I have run into this before.
Yeah.
I will say our prosecutor will not touch this.
Okay. Oh, I love that. Wait, can you give me the name of your prosecutor?
It's you go to Indianapolis, you go to Google and search it up.
Can you at least call in and let your prosecutor
direct contact with our prosecutor?
Do you have to call a DA to get an arrest here? I don't know how Indianapolis works.
So I need probable cause that a crime has been committed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm asking, are you ever going to do this again?
Handling these cases the way he does only prolongs the investigation. This guy, JiDion,
well, you really should just work with the police officers to be able to get everything done if you want to be effective. And again, I don't think at this time he was working with them because YouTube didn't set a standard that you had to work with them.
Here didn't get charged until almost a year later, with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department stating, "Law enforcement agencies cannot use vigilante gathered information to make an arrest. Information
I don't think that's true.
Must be gathered through established legal processes to ensure it is admissible in court. Evidence obtained improperly or outside these procedures can undermine or derail an investigation, potentially allowing offenders to evade accountability and placing victims at greater risk of harm. IMPD can and does rely on legitimate tips from the community, which can play an important role in initiating investigations. However, vigilante actions are not a substitute for law enforcement and can ultimately do more harm than good. JiDion and his fans chose to demonize these officers for not immediately arresting the guy, as if they're not supposed to look into this guy on their own before doing so. I'm sure JiDion will use this to call me a bootlicker or something.
I don't... Maybe. I mean, I guess he does respond to people, so maybe he would.
If you think I'm in the wrong and you're siding with them, you are the biggest bootlicker I've ever seen in my life.
But it's undeniable to me
Boob licker? What the fuck?
that he's incentivizing entertainment value over doing things a legal way. Like, he spends much of this interaction with these officers showing them naked pictures of the predator, repeating this with various parents. In the same video, he also doxes the owner of the volleyball court, claiming the guy is not doing anything to stop this predator. That's a lie. He signified earlier that he wanted the guy fired.
First off, I want you to know, I do appreciate you bringing this up to us.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I understand you got a business to run and everything. I mean, I wasn't gonna even get you involved.
You have my word on this, right?
Okay.
I'm going to handle this.
The owner just wanted them to leave because they were causing a disturbance, which is completely true.
Ooh, what was he, concerned trolling again? That seems to be the case.
In another example, JiDion and the YouTuber Schlepp were tracking a predator from the kid-friendly game Roblox. The guy is confronted at a gas station, and he's pissed. But JiDion continues pressing him until he runs to his car.
Call 911. Listen, man, I don't want to have to get the police involved.
What? What? Wouldn't you want to get the police involved?
Serious? Can we just talk, man? Listen, we're not police. We're not police.
This just seems like you're not going to do the right thing if you're not trying to get police involved. I mean, he might just be lying to the guy, but you should have been working with police from the start. So
Here, get in the car. Get the car ready.
What he should have done was call the police and take a photo of the guy's license plate. But instead,
what he should have done was been working with the police from the start.
he continues escalating the situation into a full-blown car chase.
Yo, PB, get in the car.
We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to get in trouble.
Why would you want to get in the car and start chasing this guy? He could hit somebody with the car, and you could cause an accident. What?
Bro, hey, it'll be easier on you.
The Predator did end up going the speed limit, presumably so he doesn't run over any kids he can groom later on.
Maybe he's driving past the school and he's trying to go extra slow.
Though there were a million possibilities of this chase ending badly and getting people hurt. It's clear that wasn't at the back of JiDion's mind. He just wanted to shoot some entertaining footage. It's always been about
well, it's clear it wasn't at the front of his mind, really.
Making money more than anything else. And I think what really tipped people off to that is this advertisement he put out for the EDP Watch website. In it, he promises exclusive content, and the chance to be flown out and featured in a predator catching sting. What
nice.
a bargain.
Get extended early uncut.
If I wanted to be part of a predator catching sting, there's something else I could do. Why would I do that?
And exclusive never-before-seen episodes, full uncensored chat
logs,
access to the exclusive
chat logs. That seems fucking weird as hell.
Discord, and the chance to be flown out and do an EDP catch with yours truly, DeMarcus Hanson. All for the low price of $4.45.
What? That's EDP's number.
So what are you waiting for? Pull a Marquise Brownie and steal on over to edbwatch.com.
JiDion is literally just doing the Danimal sweepstakes, but instead of hanging out with Zach and Cody on a cruise ship, you get to help this reckless asshat struggle to catch a predator. Instead of sailing the ocean blue, you'll be treated to hearing audio recordings of pedophiles.
Do you want to listen in on these disturbing one-on-one calls we have with these monsters?
That's a really weird thing to offer people.
Usually, like, rub your ear deep.
Who would pay to hear this shit?
Why would you even offer this? This is like just, this is just fucking bizarre and very immature.
Plagued Moth? It's also scummy, and shows that JiDion really isn't taking any of this seriously. It all has the same tone as his old prank videos, just with a different coat of paint, and I'm fine with these creeps getting messed with. It's just the way JiDion goes about it is so unhinged and counterproductive. I think people only began to take JiDion seriously when he started working with Alex Rosen in October 2024. Well,
I think it's because Alex Rosen started working with the police after he botched the EDP one, so.
Alex had really fucked up the EDP sting 5 years ago. He's improved his tactics greatly, as he now directly works with the police.
When I started doing pred catching fully in 2024, I wanted to take it more seriously. We were having issues where, different DAs were dropping our cases, and I didn't want that to stand anymore. So I looked and scoured the internet, and I started watching Alex's videos. And I came to find out that he is the best out of all of us, and that still stands true today. I mean, this year alone in 2026, Alex has done over 100 pred catches, and out of those 100, he has over 70 of them arrested, which is some crazy numbers.
But last month, JiDion decided to cut ties with him, and the reason itself is valid. Alex had been publicly supporting the streamer Chud the Builder, who made a name for himself by instigating black people into fights so he can justify violence against them.
Yes, thank you. That is exactly what he was doing. A lot of people are afraid to say it for some reason, but yeah, there's even shit on social media where he was like basically wanted to shoot black people. Yeah, absolutely.
Chud would end up almost killing a man during a confrontation, while also shooting himself in the arm and potentially hurting nearby bystanders. It was racially motivated, but Alex would not only reclaim this as self-defense, but donated $10,000 for his bond and legal fees.
Yes, he actually pledged $100,000 though. He donated $10,000 to the whatever the fuck it's called, but then he also pledged in that court thing that he was showing. He said he would give another $100,000 if he could. So
he thinks freeing this murderous psychopath is more important than catching pedos.
I will literally prioritize fucking this shit over even catching the pedos, because that shit just pissed me off, man.
Yeah, it sounds like you really care about catching predators there, huh?
This was JiDion's final straw, the thing that made him disavow Alex. But the reason why he's been getting hate in the situation is that, well, he's known about Alex's racism for a long ass time. Things were always going to escalate, and it seems like JiDion was partially blind to that.
I've never ran away from the fact of the stuff that he said on, like, so like y'all say like, oh, you're totally aware of that and stuff like that. You would have to be an idiot to think like I was running away from that fact and stuff, you know? I think it's one thing to just be saying shit online, and even the shit that he's saying is not cool at all, but supporting the shit that like is actually out in the streets affecting people and hurting people, I look at it as like it's just not cool.
His cope is that he thought Alex would eventually change, as if he hasn't been making racist and edgy tweets every day for the past half decade.
George Floyd died 5 years ago. The guilt tripping won't work anymore. Oh, this is him. It looks like it's him supporting the GoFundMe to the woman who called a little black boy the N-word. Wow. Thanks, Alex. Good stuff. I'm shocked.
Go on Alex Rosen's Twitter right now and search up the gamer word. There's hundreds of results.
Which gamer word?
JiDion, you knew he was like this before you even met him, and you still decided to associate yourself with him. And I have to admit, I did. You know, I am the...
After the whole, because I remember I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I think he's still a good guy. I think after the whole, like, the video with the girl, was her name Kayla, right? At that point, it was like, oh, like he was just trying to blame her for everything. Like he takes no accountability. Like he's a piece of shit. So after that whole thing, I have a video on it if you guys are interested in watching it. But yeah, like after that, for me, like all the goodwill for JiDion is gone. I don't think he's a particularly good person. Yeah, JiDion's response to EDP 445 documentary was actually pathetic. Yeah, at that point, I think that JiDion kind of loses all credibility. So for me, at least, I don't think that. Yeah, I just think he's a bad person at this point.
Person to where I naively believe that people can be better. I'm the person who...
I don't think he does. I think that he just wanted money.
Literally went to go meet up with the KKK because I think that certain members in there can...
I don't think that he did that so he can change people's minds. I think he did that for money.
Actually do better. And if you watch that video...
That's why he helped botch the situation. That's why him and Skeeter Jean like botched the predator catch on EDP because they wanted money, right? Like EDP was supposed to meet up with that girl that he was basically working with, using as a decoy in some capacity, that underage girl. And then when he didn't want to meet up with her, he's like, okay, let's go do the dialysis shit. Let's go meet up in here instead of like waiting for another opportunity to do it a different time. So
with me, with Tom Bowie, you will see that I feel like I've actually made a change in that man's mindset and that man's heart, and I have actually softened him.
Alex supporting Chud the Builder is the least surprising shit in the world if you actually pay attention to him. He's even defending the guy on the chasing allegations. If I had a nickel for every time a streamer named Chud got caught chasing, I'd have 2 nickels.
Oh yeah, because he was talking to a trans girl.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? JiDion was clearly blinded by leeching off of Alex's success, which completely screwed him over in the long term, and I don't think he did so for clout. JiDion has a pretty big audience already. He was just way too trusting of Alex and his reputation, never thinking...
Well, no, he wanted the clout. He wanted to be more effective, and he wanted the clout. Like, of course that's why he worked with them. And to Alex's credit, like, he is good at catching people, even if he cares more about racism, his admittance, and catching predators. But like, yeah, he obviously wanted to do it for clout.
This could all end badly.
You're horrible.
You're an irredeemable monster. What took you so long, idiot?
Hey, that was me.
Only a few weeks after his drama of Alex, JiDion got himself into an even bigger mess. It all began on June
he poopied his diaper.
22nd, with JiDion multi-streaming an event taking place in Woodhaven, Michigan. For context, Skeeter Jean has a grandmother who lives there, and she's been dealing with...
Well, she wasn't living there for a while.
Skeet's verbally and financially abusive uncle, Joe. Joe had already been ordered to evacuate the house later that week, but Skeet wished for Joe to leave the property as early as possible.
Because he made a lot of money off the videos. I'm pretty sure that's the only guess I can have. Instead of just waiting and having him get out, they wanted to make content out of it.
So he got in contact with JiDion.
He was squatting in the house, just to be clear. That's why they were trying to get him out of there.
Who saw dollar signs and wanted to turn this messy situation into content.
Skeeter Jean was already doing that.
His plan was to become a legal resident of the property, put a speaker outside Joe's room to annoy him with TTSs, throw fart spray in there, basically create chaos. It's like your average fish tank stream, except that Joe is an unwilling participant. The police are called as soon as JiDion's team starts setting up, having to escort Joe out of the house to stop a potential confrontation.
Boo! Bro, I've never seen this before. They're freaking giving him a ride. That's so gay.
That's a fucking idiot. That's funny though.
Realizing that it would
Hey, that's bad. You shouldn't use that as a pejorative.
be boring to sit and wait
I think it would have been fine if he just did that instead of go chase the guy to the McDonald's. But
at the house for Joe to come back. JiDion and Skeet's crew roam around town to look for him. They basically act as public nuisances, even going behind a gym.
yeah, and if this guy Joe is such a fucking terror and abusive person, why are you sending kids into the McDonald's to fucking track him? It doesn't make any sense.
John's counter to look for the old man.
Where are you hiding, Joe? You know Joe?
Yeah, I know.
We're trying to find him. He's hiding from us.
Yeah, he's not in here, I promise.
You promise?
Yes.
You pinky promise?
Yes.
You
I take pictures of him all the time. Pinky promise. Yes, Joe's not in here.
I don't trust.
That was the greatest moment of her life, dude.
Trust her.
You guys can look in the back.
I'm going in the back. Can I check? I won't mess anything up. Is it cool if I check?
You're gonna get this girl fired for doing that.
Real quick, just to make sure.
I thought he cared about getting people fired. Oh wait, no, he doesn't.
I can? I'm gonna just check real quick, okay? Come on, Vita. Let's check back here.
Oh my god, it's Peter G.
Joe, I know you're back here. Joe.
What a good guy.
You don't know Joe? Joe. Joe Mama.
Another employee eventually
got him.
asks them to leave, so they fuck off elsewhere.
You seen Joe? No, Joe? You seen Joe?
From the Impractical Jokers.
Hello, have you seen Joe? Joe? The deadbeat?
This really is just JiDion's old prank content, but he's using this Joe situation as moral justification for his antics.
Pretty much, yeah.
I still see no difference between this and the whole Tyrone situation that kickstarted his career, as none of these other people asked to be part of this. JiDion thinks it's okay to disrupt these businesses because he believes Joe to be a violent person, which I do believe to be true. A fan of JiDion's camping outside the house even said that Joe threw a rock at his windshield.
Oh shit.
What's good? He threw a rock at your car? Did you tell the police?
Oh. You know what you should do? You should ask some of those kids to go spy on him since he's so violent.
Bro, file a police report. Yeah.
It's nothing bad.
Whoa, wait, hold up. He broke this windshield, right?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
This whole beautiful mark right
Joe threw a rock and broke this windshield.
That's crazy, dude.
That's damage of property.
Got the rock right here.
That's the rock you threw?
And would he get signed by him or something?
JiDion does give good advice about reporting this to the police, but it's all null and void when he goes there himself. All he does is wait.
Well, the police would just consider that like retaliation to harassment since JiDion has his fans like going around town and following and chasing this guy after the police are trying to get him away from JiDion. Whether you think Joe is a good person or not, like the law is doing its thing and JiDion's trying to take it into his own hands for absolutely no reason and actively working against the police, so.
Waste time. Filing a missing persons report for Joe as a prank.
Hello. Is Joe
Hello.
here? No. He's not here.
Damn. How do they know?
Just for SOL. It's gotta be something.
We just wanted to try to file a missing person report.
Nice.
Guys, make sure JiDion burn those calories with all that walking. Can't have EDP twin out here.
We said ask him a couple questions.
No, you said you wanted a missing person report.
Yeah, Joe went missing. You guys stole him. Where did they take him, JV?
Valid from that fucking cop.
They also get asked to leave the local community center, continuing to wander around and asking random bystanders if they've seen Joe. Some of these passerbys are children, with JiDion involving them for no reason.
Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of kids over there.
Oh, whoa, that's a bunch of kids right over there.
We gotta save them.
Okay.
Joe, get back. Yo, fan out and look for him. No idea. Yo, check the McDonald's and let me know.
Shoot.
Yeah, check McDonald's.
To be as blunt as possible, JiDion is endangering these kids. He fully believes Joe is some sort of violent guy willing to throw projectiles, yet he wants random kids he doesn't know to look for him, which could get them in a confrontation. Being a predator hunter, you'd think getting them involved is the last thing he'd want to do. These kids do eventually find Joe at the local McDonald's, though the cops pull up on him.
What's the problem?
McDonald's doesn't want you guys on the property, so you guys gotta leave.
Is he here?
Doesn't matter where he's at. McDonald's does not want you on the property. You guys have to leave.
Who's you guys? Can you be more specific?
You.
So they said these people?
Him, yes. You guys cannot be on the property.
Hey, do you guys want some McDonald's? Y'all want to go inside real quick? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. You're gonna be arrested for trespassing if you go in there.
Bro, why? You don't have any, like no offense, officer, but like, do you genuinely have nothing better to do? Like,
do you have anything better to do?
It's just so funny because he doesn't.
Officer, you're actually like supposed to protect and serve.
All right, get off the property. You guys will be arrested.
Well, that's what they're doing. There's supposed to be a proportionate punishment to people, and they got that guy out of the house. That was what they were doing. He had his date, so now the police are just facilitating that. But JiDion wants to have whatever punishment he wants, which is really just content. Like, there's no punishment. He doesn't really care about this guy Joe potentially being abusive or whatever. He just wants to make money, and he wants to target that he feels like nobody will complain about if he harasses him. So
okay, we'll leave the property, but like, I'm just trying to figure out, do you have anything better to do? Because this is like a...
Yeah, they told you earlier that they don't want you guys on the property, so you guys gotta leave.
Because you've been camping out there for like 20 minutes, wasting taxpayer dollars.
I've been there for about 5. You guys need to leave.
What? It's crazy how you don't arrest a squatter. That's crazy.
Well, there are squatting laws, so...
Here, let's just stand on the sidewalk.
Also, again, like, and this is something that people don't keep in mind. Apparently, this guy's name is Joe, right? Uncle Joe. He was being shitty to his mom. I mean, you don't want to hear my hot take, but like, grandma probably sucked. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know. Usually when your kids are shit, you did a shit job at raising them. Obviously, that's not 100% true in all instances, but I'm not really concerned with like listening to Skeeter Gene about like his shitty uncle that was like squatting in his grandma's house. I don't know what the fuck happened when they were growing up. I don't really care, to be honest with you, but in my experience, shitty kids are raised by shitty adults. So.
Now, despite JiDion, again, trying to portray these cops as corrupt, there's nothing they can do about Joe in this situation. Again, his move-out date isn't until later, and it's a civil matter. JiDion is technically the only one legally in the wrong here. Whoa. He had already gone into that McDonald's multiple times that day to cause disruption under the guise of finding Joe.
See, last time I was in a McDonald's multiple times in a day, though, they told me to come back again. They said, see you next time, right? So I don't think 3 times a day in McDonald's is that much. That's all I'm trying to say.
He's hiding at the station, reporting missing.
What's good, y'all? Oh, he's not here. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Damn.
Joe always at McDonald's, troll him, much love to you.
We literally just came here earlier. He's not here.
Because like I said, those people come all the time, except this time there was 2 new groups. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they always come in, they start using the video, and they say, and then they don't want to leave. And then they did come back later.
Yeah.
The bald-headed guy, the one that starts the first round of it.
Bald-headed guy.
Yeah. So he came in, and I said, you can leave. He goes, no, we don't have our cameras. I said, that's fine. I said, but you still need to go.
Again.
I'm not bald.
And I'm sure JiDion would love to call me a bootlicker for saying all this, but I don't give a fuck. Since
How about a boob licker?
He can't go into the McDonald's without trespassing, he asked some of his fans to go in for him, causing further disruption.
Yo, man, I don't know why he's blocking your Mickey D's, bro. You trying to get some McDonald's?
Yeah.
Let's see if there's some McJoes in there.
McJoes?
Gotta arrest Joe. Get Joe.
Yeah. Go inside and see if Joe's in there. What'd you say?
He's a cock.
A cock. I'm just trying to figure out, bro.
He's a cuck.
He has to be in there.
The really fucked up part is when he gets these 2 younger guys involved, he asks both of them to confront Joe inside the restaurant, hooking up camera equipment to them.
He's in there?
How about inches and thick, dude? Multi-millionaire.
Bro! Yo, do me a favor. Here. Fuck, I don't want to give them the... Should we give them the camera?
He's just sitting in there?
He's sitting in the corner, yeah.
Here.
He's just sitting in there.
Did
We
he
gotta
ban
get
you?
him. We gotta
Here.
get him.
Yeah. Do this. Do me a favor. Okay, here. Be very careful. Just wear this.
Which way?
Just on your back.
Okay. How do you wear a backpack? I don't know. My front?
There's a backpack. You didn't trespass them, so shut the fuck up!
Whoa. I think JiDion should have learned by now that his feelings are are not valid. But he just keeps operating as if they are.
What's going on?
Here.
What am I doing? Am I going and recording?
Bro, you haven't been trespassed.
JiDion has the goal to push the blame on the police, as if he isn't the reason why the situation has escalated. This is the same guy who, earlier, went to the police station to pull a prank on them. He's just mad to be perceived in the wrong. Ironically, he's made Joe the victim here, which would have been avoidable if he just stayed in the house. By the time the police do arrest JiDion, it's like a sigh of relief. He was practically begging for it all day, though I don't think these 3 young fans of his should have been arrested alongside him. If you watch the original stream now, this part is mostly muted. I thought JiDion or his team used YouTube's editor to go back and remove the audio, though JiDion clarified that this was a tech malfunction.
Do we believe that? Do you really think that's a tech malfunction? Maybe. I don't know.
So luckily, we have the police body cams thanks to the channel code BlueCam, so I highly recommend you check them out.
Oh yeah, I already saw it. It was fucking crazy.
JiDion did later react to his own arrest, but like the coward he is, he removed this video only a few hours after uploading. Either because of his cowardice, or because his legal counsel told him it would fuck up his case.
My legal counsel
That would make more sense. Yeah.
has advised me not to react to this video, but I just can't help myself. I genuinely gotta react to it. You guys know,
The reason he has to react to it, or he feels like he does, is because he's 100% like audience optics based, and his audience was eating him alive. Like, he cares more about the optics than he does about like any type of like intelligent legal strategy, which is, I think, shown in his content over and over again. Like, JiDion would never have worked with police unless he felt like he had to. Like, I'm pretty sure the only reason that he actually worked with police is because YouTube implemented a new feature where you had to, if you were doing predator catching, so they could reduce the chance, like the likeliness of, or they didn't want to incentivize as much like shitty content. So
I've been begging for a body cam channel to make a video about me for a fat minute now.
yeah, he's been begging for it. He actually wanted to get arrested. Actually,
sadly, the video isn't about one of my parrot catches. It's not about a guy that we got locked up. It is about me being arrested.
The footage shows him.
it kind of feels like he was like, yeah, they won't cover when I do something really good, but I guess when I have a bad moment, I guess they don't really care about pred stuff. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting there.
Being arrested for breach of peace, stalking, and trespassing. Though instead of using his 5th Amendment right to shut the fuck up, he continues blabbing about my free speech. It's super cringe.
Isn't that what Alex Rosen was doing? Interesting.
Especially when he brags about his status as a multi-millionaire. All humble people do that. JiDion just has to mention his
A small loan of $1 million.
Whoa!
Disorderly person. You're out here yelling.
Disorderly. You're under arrest for being disorderly.
Freedom of speech. You can yell on the sidewalk.
You're here causing the scene.
On the sidewalk.
Yep.
So you can't yell? Officer.
Anything I need to know about?
Officer. How fast do you think this is going to get dropped? Do you really think this charge is going to stick?
He was right. It did get dropped, so.
Do you guys really think this is going to stick?
Sure, we have a
Do you want to?
I don't know if that means that JiDion isn't guilty in any capacity. I think they just didn't want to be bothered with it.
Do you want to waste your DA's time? I am a multi-millionaire. I promise you, I can take this as far as you want.
Though following
I am a multi-millionaire.
the multi-millionaire line becoming a meme, JiDion got so butthurt about it that he completely changed the story. He shows an alleged screenshot of his bank account, stating that he's now broke. I guess that means you have to pity this poor little man-child for getting himself into this mess.
I did not know that paying for 4 people's legal fees would
be expensive. Wow.
Result into something like this, but this is actually my bank account. Like, nice. No lie, right hand on the Bible. This is my bank account. So now you guys know.
What is he crossing his fingers with the other one? Oh.
Know why I have to react to this video of me getting arrested. I have to do this. You know what I mean? I know my lawyers are saying, hey, you shouldn't, but I got bills to pay. So I know I
just feel like he has more money than this. I don't understand like the weird lie here. or like the weird presentation of information.
Said I'm a multimillionaire in the body cam video. Okay.
Yeah, he said he's a multimillionaire. Why is it all of a sudden that he needs to say these things? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm not, okay? So can you guys just stop spamming it in my comment section? Because every time I see you guys spam that, it just reminds me what I'm not anymore.
I hope JiDion will enjoy the $20 he made off this video before he took it down. He could really use that to buy his lawyer a coffee. All of that is pretty bad for JiDion.
It's an expensive coffee.
But we haven't even gotten to the worst part yet. When he's placed in handcuffs and put into the police car, he begins melting down and having a full-blown temper tantrum. He's having a Karen-level freakout, claiming he can't fit inside.
Sit.
Do you really want to abuse me, officer?
Whoa, valid. Am I right, guys?
Get your foot in.
I can't even fit in here.
Get your foot in.
Officer, I can't even fit in here.
Get your foot in.
How are you going to arrest somebody that never even went on the property?
You're under arrest for being disorderly, not for being on the property. Put your foot
Officer, I can't fit.
No, then
Officer,
you're going to sneak over.
Officer, I won't run. I'm not going to do anything.
That's
Can you
good.
just take off the head?
Go that way.
Can you put them in the front at least?
No.
Officer, I can't scoot. You're trying to push me, but I can't scoot.
Another innocent black man.
I've had bigger people in the
Officer,
car.
you're
sideways
actually
and
hurting me.
scoot.
Officer, please.
Turn sideways and scoot.
Officer, I can't move.
Let's go.
I'm too big.
Put your
Jesus Christ.
foot that way. Let's
Officer,
go.
I can't.
It's just funny, like the troll. It's always a troll, but he's supposed to sound reasonable. Like he obviously can fit, but he's trying to sound like, oh wait, no, I actually can't move. It's all like a troll. Like there's nothing authentic about this guy. It's like you really can't trust anything that he says or thinks. He's just gonna troll when he needs to, when it's convenient, to try to make him look as good as possible. So if he's doing it here, like when else is he gonna do it?
I'm not trying to be here. I'm not resistant, officer. I promise you.
Let's go.
It is literally my body autonomy. I cannot move. Can you just put my handcuffs in the front?
No.
It'll make it so much easier.
He has the same tone as a child refusing to eat his veggies. It's also embarrassing. By the way, I'm not insisting that JiDion is 100% legally in the wrong here, but his actions make me unsympathetic to him. Especially since he pretty much got these fans of his arrested for no reason. To clarify, they're all over the age of 18, but JiDion didn't know that. In his mind, these were kids that he royally fucked over.
This is a violation of rights. This is a violation. You cannot arrest somebody that never went inside and was never trespassed. Ma'am, they are arrested children that never went inside of a McDonald's.
Damn, I didn't realize that he admitted that he thought they were children. That's actually funny as fuck, dude. Good job, bud.
Strangely, after Code Blue Cam uploaded this footage, they started getting bizarre emails claiming to be from YouTube's legal representatives.
Whoa.
It's clearly faked by JiDion's young fans since they contain a lot of typos. JiDion doesn't seem to give a fuck about this, though to be fair, he's been busy. His pretrial is set for July 13th, with him streaming his arraignment on June 23rd. He chose to make this a public spectacle, even organizing his fans for a protest outside the Woodhaven Community Center. After his $10,000 bond was paid, JiDion would join them outside, continuing his antics for a 9-hour-long stream. By then, some of the public had turned on him, and his haters were jumping on the bandwagon to secure a W. Alex Rosen had called him out on his hypocrisy, since JiDion was wasting his time in Missouri, trolling Skeet's uncle instead of catching predators.
That's a little valid. It's fair.
Even worse than that, Chibi Reviews stepped in.
Oh my god, what did this loser have to say?
If you don't know, this guy is a lolicon supporter whose fiance left him for his best friend. I've called out JiDion for some despicable things in this video, but giving Chibi a win is the most egregious of them all. JiDion would return home on the 24th, still deciding to
What the fuck did Chibi say, dude?
Hypocrisy. Since JiDion was wasting his time in Missouri, trolling Skeet's uncle instead of catching predators. Even worse.
All my enemies somehow expose themselves. Eventually, JiDion made a video basically calling me a pedo over drawings. Pedo because he likes to jerk off to lolicon, like child porn, basically. Like, that's what it is. It really boils down to. It's just not actual children. Pedo over drawings, and even Schlepp sided with him. Months later, JiDion gets arrested for being a public nuisance while endangering kids to confront as a violent person. Whoa.
JiDion would return home on the 24th, still deciding to talk about the drama publicly. Even worse than that, he proceeds to do an entire 6-hour stream going through it. And spoiler alert, it didn't go well for him. It starts with him summarizing what's happened thus far, and he gets quickly mad with his audience for spamming the multimillionaire meme in his chat. Instead of ignoring it or banning a few people quietly, he makes a big fuss about it.
Yo, chat, bro.
Guys, please stop making fun of me for being out of touch.
Mods, Vivian, OK, Wardell, if it continues after this stream, if I beat the multi-millionaire allegations,
well, there's nothing to beat. You were being obnoxious.
I want everybody in here to get banned. If you are spamming multi-millionaire, you need to be banned.
Crazy. I like that. I like that JiDion's always trolling everybody, but when he gets trolled, he has a meltdown. It's my
I
favorite.
am tired of it. It is not funny. It is not a joke. So after today's stream, we'll have a meeting. We'll have a team meeting. We'll go over everything because this is harassment.
He then pulls up a video made by the YouTuber Bloodspeth, a creator he's already familiar with. Bloodspeth is a lolcow A-log channel known for covering weirdos like
the fuck does A-log mean?
Like Nova Online, Will Kelly, and Tyler Catastrophe. Personally, I don't really like this sort of content, but this JiDion video really caught—
No, it's just like obsessively harasses like lolcows into doing worse things. I don't know how bad all these individuals are, but that's mostly what it is. And Bloodspeth had like a meltdown because JiDion defended that one girl that was not problematic, or definitely wasn't a pedophile when this guy was trying to insinuate she was. But then like he was like, yeah, but I understand that if you don't think she is, I understand that. It's Bloodspeth, like obviously it's just a lolcow harassment network. But
caught people's attention.
Fibs, yeah.
It's a pretty decent summary of the drama, making it pretty digestible for a wider audience. JiDion did not like it at all, immediately smearing Bloodspeth as a lazy slop channel. I'm not exactly disagreeing with that, but it's a retarded way to dismiss valid criticism. He also does this by calling Bloodspeth a bootlicker for the police.
However, there was thankfully law
Nice, we love bootlicking, baby.
enforcement present to make sure that those exact scenarios don't unfold.
Fucking bootlicker. Oh my gosh, bro. Tell me what Officer Bitchel's size 6.5 boot tastes like.
Whoa, that's a small boot, dude.
Please, Bloodspeth, tell me every crevice of that leather boot. Tell me how.
What a fucking virtue signaler, honestly. Like, you know, JiDion doesn't like, you know, JiDion is not like a progressive at all, right? Like, whatever. I'm not gonna, like, he's just, but he's pretending. He's just like weaponizing it now. He's like, yeah, you're such a bootlicker, dude. He doesn't give a fuck about any of this stuff. He was working with a guy who's actively MAGA, which was fucking Alex Rosen. You know, this guy's like more fucking conservative. Whatever. Again, I'm not criticizing him for that, but now all of a sudden, like, oh, bootlicker, bootlicker. He's like, he's just cosplaying. Everything's a cosplay.
How delicious is, oh, please tell me how delicious it is. So Bloodspeth is happy that his taxpayer dollars are going to prosecute us.
I mean, I am. Specifically you, JiDion. You've been acting like a douche this entire drama. He's just begging to be humbled in prison by sharing a cell with Professor Dreadlocks. And I'll reiterate again, I don't think these fans should have been arrested for distributing—
Yeah, he works with the cops all the time. Isn't he the bootlicker? Why are you working with cops, dude? If you think it's bootlicking behavior.
the piece. Though it's stupid for JiDion to claim he was the only one trespassed in McDonald's and not his fans.
You.
So they said these people?
Him, yes.
Bloodspeth, I don't know if you realize this, but a cop can't just trespass anybody he wants. The establishment itself
did tell him to trespass you, so
has to trespass people specifically. So I have no doubt that I was probably trespassed, but the establishment has to trespass.
What a cuck dancer.
The other people, not—
Wow, totally fucked. The technicality, guys. You own the police with that one.
The officer on their behalf.
I know I was being obnoxious, but what about the kids I was trying to manipulate into being obnoxious as well? Huh?
I looked this up myself, and you can actually be charged with trespassing if you're going in on a trespasser's behalf. It's illegal to act as a proxy in the situation in the state of Michigan. I'll just assume JiDion doesn't know this, but for me, I found
JiDion's just debating in this instance to make himself look as good as possible.
all this out through a simple Google search.
It's Google searches!
No! Oh, fuck, dude.
Dude, it's Google searches! It
is Google searches.
Google searches!
God damn it, dude.
How hard is a Google search?
He was trying to—
Alright. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you not really rubbing that one in too hard there, buddy. You know what's so funny about this moment? Because I think about it. I had a crash out in January for like 6 minutes, and then I was like, oh, fuck, I think I'm wrong. That's how it ends. It ends with like, oh, fuck, I'm wrong. I'm a fucking moron. I might have even called myself the R slur, and then I turned off my stream. because I realized I was wrong about this. But what it's so funny about it is, like, if I had just kept my cool, I could have just exposed, like, that Nick Shirley is a little cuck bitch here. You know Nick Shirley, right? Because that was what the crash out was over. It's Nick Shirley, the Fed, right here, who's hanging out with the guy who frequented Epstein's island. Very interesting. Oh, wait, Shirley gave me $7,000 just to do that. I don't know if you guys... But, you know, it's so funny because in that moment, Nick Shirley he was at a place of business looking at NEMT fraud, which is non-emergency medical transportation fraud. But the place he went to, like, he could have just looked at, like, the DOT website to see the updated information, which he refuses to do, or call them. But the place he went to didn't take, like, NEMT funding. So if I had just, like, kept my composure and, like, kept my cool and, like, didn't have a fucking meltdown like that, I could have been like, oh yeah, man, this guy is trying to investigate for some kind of fraud that the company doesn't even get this type of funding. But instead I had a bit of a meltdown. So that's why you got to try to keep yourself under control, guys. You don't want to have these, you don't want to get too upset because, you know, at the end of the day, I was right that Shirley was a bitch. And I just showed you that he's, you know, friends with Epstein people, and that he's obviously like a Fed in a plant. But if I had just kept my composure and my cool, I could have been like, oh, look, he's not even, like, he's a fraud too. Which is funny because he doesn't seem to actually care about fraud because Trump pardoned a ton of fraudsters and also made billions of dollars and also advocate, like, Trump also invests into stocks, and then he tries to do things that make those stocks inflate. So Trump's is a fraudster too. And Nick Shirley doesn't care about that. So, like, obviously he's a fraudster as well, but yeah, man, I just thought that was interesting. A little retrospective, huh?
It's Google search.
Stop!
It's Google searches.
Stop!
How hard is Google search?
He was trying
All right, let's move on.
to find a loophole for trespassing, yet he is delusional enough to think this is a civil rights violation. He uses this to cope with his embarrassing multimillionaire line, wanting to pull a Keffels by suing the police.
I was letting him know that this shit's not gonna slide. I was letting him know that I am gonna
tough guy
fight for my motherfucking rights.
Whoa.
Bro, it's not that big a deal.
I think JiDion's the next Martin Luther King, dude.
He's legit just crashing out instead of shutting his gob. I think it's
gob? Okay.
Also likely that JiDion is acting aloof on purpose to dismiss some of the points made by Bloodspeth. Like when he brings up JiDion endangering kids, he passes it off as a simple what if, not taking it very seriously.
Why would any manager in their right mind allow a large group to confront a dangerous criminal on their property? We've established that he's unstable and violent, a bunch
this is a good point.
Of confrontational.
Either JiDion doesn't care, or he isn't actually as unstable and violent as they want him to seem like he is, so that they can justify harassing him. Those are really the only two options.
Men with cameras cornering him is the worst possible decision they could make. What if a fight broke out? What if someone got hurt? These are real things.
Well, what if someone got hurt? He sounds like the Trade Federation from Star Wars.
Didn't happen. What if, dude? What if you deleted your channel? What if you actually researched the video?
Whoa, got him.
We could do what ifs all day, but those what ifs didn't happen.
This to me shows how reckless this guy is. He doesn't care about the potential harm he could cause. It only matters if it actually happens.
What if I'm 8 inches in thick? What?
Happens. Probably the best read we can get of JiDion's mentality. This video bruised his ego so much that he immediately got Bloodspeth into the call so they can debate it out. Bloodspeth isn't the best at debating, but I don't blame him since he's like 18 and inexperienced. JiDion, on the other hand,
well, debating is cringe, so
confronts people for a living. So seeing him flounder this debate makes things extra embarrassing for him.
Well, JiDion doesn't do debates. JiDion confronts pedophiles, right? Nothing to really debate there, but I understand what you're saying.
He constantly interrupts the guy as they talk, not allowing him to elaborate on his points, something all confident debaters do.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You were traveling with a large group of people. You were trespassed earlier for causing a disturbance, a nuisance.
Did I go back on the property?
I didn't say you did.
No, I'm just
okay.
Say you trespassed. So I was trespassed and I stayed off the property.
That's right.
Wasn't he still on the property and trying to send other people in his proxy?
These 3 individuals trespassed.
Don't know.
Okay.
Again, there was.
Let me answer it for you. They weren't
in there.
Well, they kind of were. He was using them as a proxy, so they were doing something illegal.
I understand that's your opinion, but back to what I was saying.
My opinion, okay. So what is your facts then?
If you wouldn't mind, I would really like to finish my point.
Bloodsbeth is trying to explain why he thinks JiDion's behavior with Joe constitutes stalking, and he continues to speak over him like a jackass.
You made the claims that I was wasting police resources. So let me ask you this. How am I wasting police resources when they're the ones going out of their way to pursue these charges?
What an idiot response. You did something illegal, dude, so they're pursuing the charges. You did something illegal. And you're a fucking streamer, and you're a nuisance. Like, in this instance, you're being a nuisance. And I think that, like, in general, you try to be as much of a nuisance as you can get away with. And so the police can't just be like, all right, fuck it, let's just let him go. I know he did something wrong, but let's just let him go. No, you're being obnoxious. Like, what?
Because you were there.
Get him.
You were stalking him. If you had stayed in the house, would you have gotten arrested for all this?
So I don't have the constitutional right to stand outside of McDonald's.
Okay, this is the thing. At that point, you just leave. Like, okay, you're not a serious person. Like, there's no reason to have this conversation with you because you're obviously just trolling. There's no reason to have a serious conversation with JiDion. He's just trolling when he says that.
That's not all you did. You were
what else did I do?
Causing a nuisance. You were telling people to go inside and check if the dude you were charged for stalking was there.
Is that a crime?
And after it was confirmed.
Yes.
Could you please?
No, I'm asking you, like, genuinely, is that a crime?
Yes.
Again.
Yes, the answer is yes.
I will.
If you punch somebody, it's a crime. If you tell somebody else to go punch somebody, that's a crime. Right? If you pay somebody to punch somebody, it's a crime. Yes, it's a crime.
Get to that, but I really would just love to finish my point.
He does this because his ultimate goal is to get Bloodsbeth in some sort of gotcha moment. He wants to discredit the guy, but Bloodsbeth is totally willing to own up to the few inaccuracies present in his video. It honestly only puts JiDion in a deeper hole, as he keeps asking some of the most bad faith questions possible. 3 hours in, Bloodsbeth is trying to explain to him why those fans were arrested, and JiDion tries to trap him by insisting he never wanted them to film Joe.
They got arrested because you told them to go inside with the expensive camera equipment while you were streaming. They wouldn't have done that if you hadn't told them to.
So is it a crime to go inside of places with a camera?
Jesus Christ, dude, he's so boring. Jesus fucking Christ. He knows he was harassing the guy. He's just like trolling at this point.
That's leaving out quite a bit of context in this situation. It's not just going inside a place.
No, I'm just asking a question.
No, it's a genuine question. Is it a crime?
It's not a genuine question. He's obviously like unfit to have any conversations.
To go inside of a place with a camera.
Well, that doesn't pertain to this situation.
Did I ever tell? I want to ask you this. Did I ever tell them to record Joe?
Yeah, Ginny's obviously dishonest. This is why you can't really like listen to this guy.
You gave them the camera. You after they told you Joe was in there, you then gave them the equipment.
Did I ever tell them to record Joe?
That's why he gave them like that $10,000 recording equipment after he was trespassed from a business because he wanted other people to go in there, and so he was like this idea like, well, did I actually tell them to? Okay. It's like this is the problem is that like JiDion, and he doesn't care about any of this. This is why he only apologizes when the optics aren't on his side, because he doesn't care about being an honest person. I don't think he's really a true religious like a Christian person, to be honest with you, because he's a liar. JiDion is so deeply unserious that like he's just actively lying here to win a debate on the internet. Like that's it. And he didn't even have to have this debate. He's talking to somebody with like less than 100,000 followers, I think, and he just wanted because the guy criticized him. He's like, you have to talk to me. Oh, I'm so irritated because your video did well. But like, yeah, man, you know what you did wrong. The fact that you're debating it just makes you look like we never will know if this guy's ever being honest about anything just because of the way that he interacts with the world. Like, I don't think that JiDion is honest about anything. I think he does what like feels good to him, and I think he has an entitlement complex, which is why he's going around telling people that he's like 8 inches in thick and he's a multimillionaire.
I mean, I'd have to go back, but
Chat, did I ever
change anything?
Chat, you're the ultimate authority. Chat, what do you think? Chat.
I just realized something. Chat, did I ever
Chat, you're the ultimate. You're the only thing I really care about. I don't care about like the actual anything. I don't really care about what God says. I don't really care about the law says. I do care about what my chat thinks about me though.
ever tell them to record Joe?
Again, he's acting aloof. While
Chat.
JiDion never gave explicit directions for them to film Joe, he gave them his expensive camera equipment after telling them to go into the McDonald's.
Chat.
What is the obvious implication there? Did JiDion just want them to walk in without pressing record? Shit like this just makes me hate this guy. He also refused to fully apologize for endangering those kids, implying he didn't think they'd confront Joe.
Why'd you do it?
Do what?
Tell those kids to look for him twice.
Oh, because they had bikes and they could tell me if they saw him. And then if he wasn't there, like I could just walk somewhere else.
Okay. Do you think that was an okay thing to do?
He obviously does. He doesn't care.
Looking back on it, I definitely wouldn't have asked them again. But I mean, I think the kids did a great job. You know, I think they got the context what I was asking, and they just rolled around the building. You know, you made it sound like I told them to go inside and confront him.
Yeah, he did. So,
and that was never the case.
Incredible.
I'm happy they never did that.
I did not make it sound like they would confront him, but definitely they could have gone inside.
He sent them in with camera footage, like where the camera's on. He obviously wanted them to confront them in his honor.
They didn't. They did exactly what I knew
McDonald's, they would do. But you can't just say that you knew after everything happened that you knew things would go a certain way when you put those kids at risk.
Again, JiDion never explicitly said he wanted those kids to confront the rock-throwing codger, but he implied it. He wanted these kids to go out of their way to find him, and his refusal to fully own up to his actions shows how detached from reality he really is. Despite Bloodspeth's performance, JiDion looks terrible here. Even his fans in chat were turning on him. He saw the writing on the wall and immediately took it down, though luckily it was archived for our viewing pleasure. But strangely afterwards, Bloodspeth became the recipient of mass flagging, resulting in his Twitter accounts getting banned, and an unrelated YouTube video being taken down. JiDion's fans would go on to brag about it, though unlike with the Chibi Reviews case, I don't think JiDion himself was organizing this. I just think his fans
Well, it just has like really toxic fans, yeah.
Are highly motivated to take his enemies down, assuming that anyone opposing him must be some sort of predator themselves in a Mama Max kind of way.
Whoa.
Yet instead of doing this to find a black werewolf vampire, it's so that JiDion can continue harassing Jimmy John's employees. Luckily, Bloodspeth's video that got removed was put back up, as the takedown was obviously bullshit. The Woodhaven police have also faced harassment, receiving fictitious calls reporting fake homicides, with
Whoa, JiDion's audience. Wait, does he have anything to say about that JiDion's audience is wasting taxpayer resources?
things getting so bad that they had to deactivate their Facebook page.
While JiDion was in jail, his and Skeeter's fans made hundreds of calls to the Woodhaven Police Department and Downriver Dispatch. Some callers reported fictitious crimes, including a false homicide, while others flooded the Woodhaven Police Department's Facebook page with messages.
Damn. Hey, good job, guys.
JiDion failed to respond to that for weeks, up until July 6, when he finally issued the closest thing to a proper statement. The video is titled, "I Quit," and right off the bat, it's clickbait. He's not ending his YouTube channel. He just announces that he's...
I just can't wait till after this video. I'm enjoying the video, but like to probably like just really do my best to not really interact with JiDion's content anymore. Honestly. Like I'm watching this is an interesting thing to watch, but like, you know, with the I've been making a little bit of a content shift. You know, just because I'm fucking tired of talking about some of this stuff. It gets so fucking stupid. Yeah, I know people like this stuff and I understand it, but for me, I'm like trying to change it up a little bit. You know, I'm having a kid soon. I don't really want to be locked into fucking like online politics. Like not like online politics. I don't want to be locked into like stupid fucking drama so much. Some of it can be fun sometimes, but you know, I don't know, dude. There's other stuff I'd rather talk about.
He's done streaming because he thinks it makes him a worse person. I disagree. I think streaming just shows how JiDion truly acts, without having the ability to edit out embarrassing or damaging moments.
True.
You see somebody in the chat say boring or L stream or something like that, and then it flips a switch in you where you want to be more entertaining and you want to, you know,
perform for content. You already do that.
Pump up the levels and everything, and you want to entertain. And I think the reason why I gravitated so much to streaming is because I think I'm just like an instant gratification person, and there is no better instant gratification than you streaming.
He does tell his fans to not harass the police department, but by this time, it's too little, too late.
If you guys are still calling them or causing them any ruckus or anything, please stop. Do not do that on my behalf. Do not do that at all, man. You know, they're actually out there protecting and serving. And it's a quiet neighborhood, you know what I mean? And I made it not quiet. I'll be honest.
I can barely consider this an apology video, though the sign of a bad one is the creator will pretend to not apologize for anything. They'll try their best to defend their actions while not properly explaining what they did wrong.
I'm not on here, apologizing or anything, because I don't owe you guys an apology. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't affect any of y'all. But I do want to say that I see where I was wrong 1000%.
JiDion barely gives any context to the situation until the very end, where he tells his audience to watch the footage by Code Blue Cam. He doesn't link to them in the description, so why even bother mentioning them? This allows him to not mention what he did criminally wrong, though I don't blame him for avoiding that, since it could screw him over in court. The better option would be to not put himself in this situation where he has to address it, but he did anyways because Moist Critical and his retarded cousin talked.
Dude, what's with him? Rob's just really up in the diarrhea dial on the fucking R-slur today, huh?
About it on stream. So instead, he
Maybe he's having a rough day filming this video or something.
Plays what he did as simply pestering a small town with some of his fans.
You know what? You genuinely, to the Woodhaven Police Department.
Genuinely?
I see where you guys are coming from, Like, bro, you're a small town, and you got this YouTuber having fans coming.
Multi-millionaire YouTuber. Don't forget that, guys. 8 inches and thick.
All over the place and stuff like that,
You're having your fans do what? Instead of admitting to what crimes he was faced with, JiDion makes it out like Officer Mitchell only arrested him for being a big meanie.
To Officer Mitchell, I called you out of your name multiple times. You feel me? Like,
you feel me, dude?
If I was a cop, I would arrest somebody too if I was getting called out of my name like that. So
yeah, he's trying to make it seem like the cop wasn't valid. He was only calling him out as like a revenge. So,
and to top it off, JiDion describes his reckless actions as having a Karen moment.
I don't know, man. It's like I got a temper on me. I really do. And people that watch my streams, you guys see it all the time where it's like I get triggered. You know what I mean? Whoa. And it's like, bro, the officers were just doing their jobs and I was just getting triggered and I was acting like a Karen. I had a Karen moment. I feel like we're all due for a Karen moment, but mine was on camera. And luckily, I feel like we all go through moments like this in life. Not like mine, but we all go through moments like this in life where we're not our best self.
This wasn't simply a Karen moment. He was endangering his child fans and using others to trespass. But instead of apologizing for any of that, he chooses to say sorry about the slop content he's feeding into the mouths of his young fans.
I guess, you know what? I do want to say one thing. I do want to apologize for one thing, and that is I apologize for the distractions. I apologize for the slop content, and I apologize for pretty much forgetting about the mission. You know what I mean? This mission is so much more important than that slop content that I was posting.
The slop content in question being pranks. The thing he said he'd stop making 3 years ago.
Well, I think it wasn't just pranks. I think he was also referring to like his React content that he would do. I think I could be wrong. Maybe that's what he was. That's what I would assume more than the prank stuff. Was he's referring to the he would do like a lot of reactions and stuff, which I thought was a smart strategy. I mean, if he has his channel and he's doing like predator catches, why not make some easy money doing some React stuff? But
ago. He now realizes how much of a hypocrite he was being, and to get ahead of that, he once again iterates that he's done with the shenanigans.
With my values as a Christian, I haven't been moving like that, man.
And value as a Christian, using religion as a way to escape punishment. We love it.
Been falling.
Every time I make the same mistake over and over again, I could just be like, guys, I'm learning. It's Christian. I'm a fucking good Christian though.
Back to
I prayed on it and he said it's fine.
To my old self, and I've seen some of you guys in the comment section like calling it out, like, JiDion, you're going back to your old self. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean,
like,
dude?
Dibbling, dabbling in pranks and stuff like that. And, even though, Joe wasn't doing a good thing by squatting at his mom's house and stuff like that, at the end of the day.
Squatting at his mom's house and stuff? I thought he was like a violent criminal. What?
Who am I to just, troll and stuff? I have so many other better things I should be doing. Like that time and money I spent getting that stream set up could have been for a bunch of catches, you know what I mean? Getting bad people off the streets.
What I don't think JiDion realizes is that actions speak louder than words. People aren't just gonna believe you because you say so.
His audience will. His audience, they're like I think he's addicted to the virtue signal of like making the same mistake over and over again, and then people apologizing, and people are like, wow, I really like JiDion. He apologizes when he's wrong, even if he just keeps doing the same shit over and over again.
Something over and over again. You have to show that you've changed. But I think he won't ever because he's become a grifter. JiDion will always find ways to make prank content, but with a different coat of paint. And after seeing how popular Skeet's content was involving his uncle, he just had to join in and make some money. I don't doubt that JiDion will do something like this again, but I don't think using his religion as a shield will work. It's not working this time, so instead he's using his predator catching content as a shield, insisting you'll stick to the mission of catching pedos.
We're on to better things. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm on to better things. I'm on to just doing pretty much the status quo.
He's on to better things. Not the other people talking about him are not on to better things. That's the insinuation. That's what he's trying to indicate to his audience.
Whoa, the usual catching preds and posting it and then dipping off it.
And again, while JiDion has gotten some creeps arrested, is he really the man for the job? Cause in this same video, he admits to having a fragile ego, being afraid to even read his own comment section. Apparently this guy is okay confronting dangerous creeps, but not YouTube comments from Mr. Dickbutt427.
I have a
well, I mean, I wouldn't take those people seriously either, so.
Fragile ego, bro. I have a fragile ego where like I let comments and things people say affect me. Like when I post this video, I'm not gonna read comments or anything. This isn't for any damage control stuff. So you guys can say whatever you want in the comments. I'm not gonna read it because I'm gonna be real, I can't handle it. But you know what I can handle? I can handle these preds, and I can handle
you know what you guys can handle? Papa Gut membership. Did I plug it already? I don't even remember.
making a difference in society. And that's what I'm gonna keep on doing.
And of course, JiDion is being roasted alive in these comments, which I'm sure he's reading despite insisting otherwise, making jokes about his status as a multi-millionaire and overuse of the word genuinely.
Genuinely gonna be genuinely like.
Now, while this controversy has negatively affected his reputation, it's not even the most damning thing against him. In fact, it's not even what made me want to make this video.
We're up to the future now.
In the first place. While this Joe situation was going on, I had just left for VidCon, and while there, me and a few other YouTube.
It's funny, people. Well, Dan Tavius asked me if I go to VidCon like every year. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I should next year, but when is VidCon anyway? I don't really know if I want to. When is VidCon 2027? The daughter now. July? You know, I don't know. What the fuck?
YouTubers got to watch an early screening of Mike Klum's new documentary, The Sick Mind of EDP445. It just came out last weekend, and I highly recommend you guys check it out.
Hey, Patreon guys.
I think the best way to describe this video is EDP's curtain call. His last stand.
Or the YouTube membership. You could use both. But, yeah, it seemed like the documentary has got more attention on the EDP, so now I think they've reopened the case in California, so that's good.
He basically admits to all the heinous shit he's done.
I'll get to meet Just a Robot? Oh, that's great. I heard Just a Robot's been, like, beefing with people online and coming out looking good. Which is fucking crazy to me.
Not because...
Like, who was he beefing with? Sensitive Society?
He's about to end his life or anything, but because this dude is days away from dying of stage 5 kidney failure. Like,
he's probably got a little more time than we'd like him to have, but
if this dude skips one of his bi-weekly dialysis appointments, he's done for. But what really stood out to me in this documentary is the section covering JiDion's EDP sting. I feel like most people don't know much about it, besides these photos of JiDion confronting EDP in a cupcake costume.
Whoa.
But the whole story is way more disturbing than you realize. It all started in June 2023, when JiDion was trying to set up an interview between him and the Cupcake Muncher, inviting him into his public Discord server so fans could ask questions. This is retarded for multiple reasons.
Dude, why is he saying it so much? What the fuck? Why does Ginny have, like, tits? He has, like, what the fuck?
For one, what is there?
I mean, I do too, but mine don't look like they're full of milk. What the fuck?
For these guys to even ask EDP. Oh hey, what flavor was the cupcake, bro? How pathetic is your life now, fatty? He was never going to get an interesting perspective on the guy. This was clearly for content. JiDion was hyped.
Well, yeah, again, my understanding is that, like, they were supposed to do or EDP was supposed to do a meetup with that girl that was underage, and they were supposed to, like, use that to catch him, and then he didn't want to show up that day. So, Skeeter, Gene, and EDP decided, or EDP and JiDion decided they were going to just, they just decided that they were just going to go show up and troll him at his kidney, like, dialysis thing, which ruined the potential next situation.
Hyping the shit out of this. But he ended up disappointing his fans since EDP declined the offer. He wanted $200 before he started talking, something JiDion wasn't willing to do. But this wasn't the end of it, as EDP...
He was willing to invite him into the Discord full of a bunch of kids, but he's not willing to give him $200 to interview him. It's incredible.
...lingered in the server for 7 hours. A server...
He should have just given him $200 and tried to get him to admit information that could potentially be used in court, but...
...filled with 130,000 people, many of whom are minors. This is not something hard to prove. Whenever JiDion does a call-in segment, half the voices sound prepubescent. When Bloodspeth brought this up during their debate, JiDion didn't deny it.
She said that you invited EDP into your Discord server, which allows minors. Is that true?
I invited him to my Discord server because I had a stage, and on
he didn't need to do a stage, by the way. He could have just did a one-on-one call with him.
That stage, I was going to be talking to him, and then at the end, we were going to set up a Q&A.
He could have just not done it on a stage in Discord. He could have just did a one-on-one call.
So you did invite him into a Discord server?
You were going to do a Q&A, like, with him and children? Like, what? What does that mean?
With minors.
There were minors in my server, yeah.
Now, he did apologize for this in the same call, but he uses his age at the time as an excuse, which sounds really shitty to me.
Now,
this one's pretty basic common sense, not to let a pedophile into your fucking Discord full of kids.
Thing I do want to say is definitely,
especially since you didn't need to do it, you did not need to do it like that.
Definitely looking back at it, like, oh yeah, I should have just did a private Discord call with EDP. But hey, that was 22-year-old me.
What was the rationale with doing it any other way?
And I wanted to get the community involved because I was a fan of Bryant, and I knew a lot of other people were fans of him too. So
what kind of excuse is that?
I wanted to get it set up to where they could ask him questions. But then
wait, doesn't this make it even worse? I didn't even know this part. I didn't know that he was trying. He invited EDP into his Discord full of children so that he could have EDP get asked questions by those children after they had a conversation on Discord. What? This is just so fucking stupid. Why would you even do that? Why would you open him up to the ability to talk to kids? I don't understand. Every time he talks, it just gets worse. Like, that's so stupid. What the fuck? What a moron. Jesus Christ.
I realized when he was trying to get paid for this, I didn't want to pay him.
Dude, it's 3 years too late. You let a known pedophile into your Discord server, allowing him to run wild in there like his fat ass in a buffet.
Whoa, he'd probably walk wild.
Potentially putting these kids in danger.
Remember, guys, if you're doing a buffet thing, you gotta have a walk-around plate.
Actually, scratch that. He did put someone in danger. And this is where we get to Kayla Hoskins. Kayla was 15 at the time, and a member of JiDion's Discord. She's an aspiring model and musician who previously had a sizable Instagram following.
What is this? What is it? What the hell was that? Okay, I guess. It's like a weird recount of who she is, but okay.
And EDP managed to find this account through her Discord. He initiated contact 2 days after he was let in, with her engaging in conversation.
Well, my understanding is that he reached out before EDP joined the Discord. Is that not true?
Due to her lack of knowledge on the 2021 sting operation, though she soon learned how deranged and perverted EDP truly is.
I'm pretty sure I'd be willing to bet that she knew who EDP was. This is what makes more sense to me. She was an active member of JiDion's Discord. She probably wanted to be like JiDion. She wanted to do something where like she catches predators too, and JiDion's a bad representation of a predator catcher because he does it with it where it's prank priority. He does prankster priority on the catches, so he shows people and teaches people how to do it inappropriately, and that's why like she is the way that she is.
As he'd quickly start engaging in sexual conversations and sent various explicit photos, she only
well, she alleges that they were fake, but you know,
continued because he threatened self-harm and also made threats against her if she blocked him.
Yeah. Well, no, he made threats against her if she exposed him. And she got like an address. I mean, she gave him a different address that wasn't hers, but I think it was like her ex-boyfriend's or something, which could have caused that person to get harmed. But I don't think it was. Yeah, you understand the point that I'm making. Okay.
Because he sent me videos saying that he was gonna shoot me and kill me if I ever said anything.
See, Kayla, don't mean to scare you, but now I have to fucking shoot your ass. I have to critically injure you and possibly put you in the fucking hospital.
Oh, scary.
It's not worse. Not only that, I have to kill everybody.
What the hell's worse than killing somebody?
It was uncomfortable. Like, there was days where I didn't even like want to leave my bed.
And according to her, this was happening to other victims as well.
I mean, regardless of the situation, Kayla, I don't give a fuck. Like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna ruin your life. Well, if you think that you can ruin that bitch any more than what it's already been ruined, you go right the fuck ahead. Be my fucking guest, bitch. As a matter of fact, motherfucker, I'll get front row tickets to see this fucking shit, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, I really don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean?
JiDion is...
That does make sense. It is interesting because it opens up a conversation to have about like failed predator catching, right? Like we've already established that the Alex Rosen failed at catching EDP because he fucked up and did it the wrong way. Same thing with JiDion and Skeeter Jean. A lot of that was exposed in the Mike Klum documentary. But I do think that it, like, that's why you want to make sure when you go after a predator that you work with police and you do it the right way, because what happens is, like, if you aren't effective, if you do things in the incorrect way and they get away with it, not only will they see the red flags for next time because they're actively bypassing red flags as they're talking to, like, because they're talking to decoys usually, right? You're talking to a decoy, you don't think it's actually, you think it's an actual kid. So you're avoiding red flags that might sound like, oh, they're being a little too pushy, they're a little too that, but I want to ignore it because they want to ignore it because they want to, you know, be disgusting with a kid. But either that happens or they just don't care anymore, especially since you got, you know, away with it multiple times, and it just increases the likeliness they'll do something worse and be more clever about it the next time. And I don't think that people really weigh that into their brain when it comes to these types of situations, like whatsoever. So
recently claimed that Kayla lied about
whoa, she lied, dude.
EDP finding
JiDion the liar, telling people that the other people lied.
Her in his Discord server. He showed a clip from Mike's documentary as proof of this.
But as it turns out, Kayla herself in the documentary stated that she had already been messaging.
Well, I think he thought that. I don't think that he said that she lied about that. Am I wrong about that?
EDP before I had even ever added him in my own Discord.
My name is Kayla Hoskins, and in June 2023, I received an Instagram DM from EDP445, otherwise known as Bryant. I first replied to EDP because I always reply to anyone who messages me. And I didn't know who he was, but I freaked out because he told me he was, and sooner rather than later he started sending very flirtatious messages. A while later, JiDion added EDP into his Discord filled with kids for a Q&A, and then when I told people like in the server that EDP texted me, JiDion quickly knew about it because his manager told him.
Now, I won't blame JiDion for buying this. It's cut up weirdly in the documentary. In the full interview of Kayla, she was referring to how she met JiDion, not EDP, in relation to the failed interview.
I met JiDion way before the EDP situation happened. I met him when he had a contest on Guess Who's the Black Person, and I won that contest. I fooled him. And then after that, his manager, Inside, added me on Discord. And then, like, a while later, JiDion added EDP into his Discord, filled with kids, for a Q&A. And I thought that was messed up, but I think that's like another way EDP found me, because I was in the voice call that day. And
oh, interesting.
I think he joined it. I'm not sure.
When EDP...
Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. So what we're saying is that, like, yeah, EDP got in contact with her because of JiDion, and Mike Klum just like weirdly edited it to make it sound different. I don't know why he would do that on purpose, so I doubt he did. Interesting. I didn't realize that. So it was JiDion's direct fault. Okay.
He started hitting her up. Kayla quickly told Inside, JiDion's top Discord mod.
Wow. I didn't realize that, dude. Fuck. This makes JiDion look even worse.
Got her in contact with the man himself, and oh boy was JiDion happy about this.
But the stream that we were supposed to do with EDP, when I was going to do that interview with him, that was the catalyst for all of this to start. If it wasn't for that stream, we would not have all this evidence. I'm sad to report. No, actually, I'm happy / sad to report. But he slid in an actual 15-year-old's DMs. Like, no joke. The girl is legit 15 years old, and he slid in her DM. So that's why this situation is so much more delicate than everything else, right? So fast forward a little bit.
Her having VIP status is what triggered this whole thing. That makes sense. Okay. Is that true? Okay, interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, I low-key put EDP on, chat. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
I two-mans with EDP. If it wasn't for me trying to do the interview with him, he would have never found her Discord, and he would have never found her IG. So, chat, I'm going to jail with EDP. I had W Riz, but just the wrong Riz. But nah, jokes aside, I'm not gonna lie. When I found out that he found her from my stream, this was like, bro, made me.
What the fuck is happening? This guy's so immature, dude. What the fuck?
Hit the Ichigo screen.
He and his mod heard this girl was getting groomed, something they were partially at fault for, and immediately saw dollar signs. It's something that would later disgust Kayla, who made a tweet claiming JiDion wanted this all along.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of JiDion, in a way. I feel like for a long time I was his like little puppet.
In what way were you his puppet?
I feel like I was his puppet because I was just like kind of doing the things he demanded me to do.
And after
Jesus Christ.
seeing what happened next, I actually find it hard to believe otherwise. I mean, after Inside found out, he urged Kayla to continue talking with EDP, hoping they could later bait him into a sting operation for some content. He openly said this on stream, and JiDion had no problems with it whatsoever.
So everybody doesn't think, you know, I paid this girl. Can you tell them what happened?
Okay, so basically, Kayla messages me whenever he starts DMing her, and she's like, "Yo, EDP is DMing me," and so we got on a call, and I was like,
the first thing I thought was, how can I make money on this?
first off, make sure you tell your parents, tell the police, all that kind of stuff, and then I was like,
Yes, 15-year-old, tell your parents and the police. Just do that, and then let's focus on the content stuff. I'm not going to verify it, though, because JiDion admitted in his, like, whatever bullshit, like, video where he blamed the 15-year-old girl, where, like, that he didn't even verify it until, like, yesterday to make sure that she actually went to the police. It was crazy. I never considered that point, actually, that JiDion wasn't even a pred catcher when he started with the EDP watch shit. Like, okay, interesting. Okay.
like, yo,
Right, like if he wasn't he wasn't a pred catcher, right? He was at the time he wasn't doing the pred catching shit. So, but he was inviting EDP into his server to talk to him for money and content. Huh. Interesting.
I have a fire idea for a video. What if you just lead him on for a little bit, so that
dude, this is a fire idea.
And then I'll tell JiDion all about this, and maybe JiDion can get an IRL interview with EDP because he ghosted us on the online one.
Shit, dude, this is a good idea.
She literally just came up to me and she was like, "Yo, he's DMing me," and I'm pretty sure it's because he saw her in the chat or something and saw her Instagram was linked to her Discord account.
What?
But she showed me the chat logs and he messaged her first, so.
Chat, I found out about this last minute, bro. You know, I just got there towards the tail end.
Yeah, great content strategy. Let this child get groomed by a predator, and hopefully you'll get a video out of it. It's like sticking a baby's head inside a pit bull's mouth and expecting nothing bad to happen.
Oh.
And what could have made this worse is that, according to Kayla, neither JiDion nor his associates told her to contact the police.
They weren't allowing me to go to the police station 2 months prior because it would have ruined their content.
I am skeptical of this claim, as Kayla has yet to show evidence. JiDion himself denies some of this, claiming he got in contact with Kayla's mom and wanted to continue exchanging messages using her number.
She kept on saying her mom was busy, but eventually I did hop on a call with her mom and I informed her mom about the entire situation and I told her what was all going on. Now, in our first call, I wanted to take over the chatting.
Kayla didn't want to give up her number and insisted she continue messaging EDP herself.
Well, Kayla probably wanted to do it for clout, which is what she learned from JiDion, to prioritize clout over doing the right thing. She looks up to JiDion. That is his content strategy, is to prioritize clout over doing the right thing. We've seen it time and time again. So, like, that's what ended up happening, and she wanted credit for it, which, you know, I mean, like, given the circumstances, I get it. I think what she did was inappropriate, but I think that what JiDion does is inappropriate too, in the way that he interacts with this content. So, like, she's just learning the behavior from him, and she's trying to emulate that behavior because she wants to be successful like JiDion, and that's it. That's why she's in her Discord. He's an influential individual, and she looks to him as like, wow, he's such a good guy. Like, he was doing the right thing. I want to be just like JiDion. That's it. So JiDion actually did interact the right way. If he did actually prioritize catching preds over like being a silly little goose guy and trying to get his Discord full of minors to be able to do a Q&A with EDP, she would have interacted with the situation better herself.
Which JiDion seemed fine with for some reason. His only stipulation was that they not talk sexual, which did continue happening afterwards.
I told JiDion every single time that EDP would send me dick pics, but he would never tell me to like block him or anything.
I want you to block him on your phone, right? But we would tell her, if you're gonna keep on talking to him, don't talk sexual, and please don't send any explicit.
It sounds like he was gonna say something next. I want you to block him on your phone, right? And then what? Do something else? Like unblock him later?
Photos.
JiDion should not have let them continue talking, period. They already got EDP on multiple charges, and the only reason he let this proceed was so that they could set up a sting operation and film it for Skeeter Jean's channel. The plan was simple. EDP had already admitted to wanting to have sex with Kayla, and was seemingly down to meet up with her in San Diego. So they were going to get a decoy of her to lure him into an Airbnb, showing intent and hopefully getting him arrested for more charges. For some reason, JiDion and Skeet wanted FaZe Rug to join the sting.
Wow.
Apparently the reason was because he lived in the same city as Kayla, and he might have some police connections or something.
They just wanted to get another big name in on it.
Could they not get any other creators to help? What's Rug
They didn't need it.
gonna do? Turn EDP into a slop AI thumbnail?
Whoa, maybe.
You couldn't afford FaZe Banks, JiDion?
FaZe Rug was involved, and they were gonna get a decoy that looked like me and do that. But then EDP was like, no, I don't want to drive that far out because he always thought it was a setup. Then he brought up the idea of like me going out to Vegas for my birthday, which, I mean, I don't know who in the right mind would do that. I was gonna do that, and I was gonna take the flight and then meet him in the airport, and then they were gonna catch him there, like in the airport, but that didn't happen.
What's the age of consent in Vegas? 16. Yep, there you go. That's why he wanted to go to Vegas with her. I'm still pretty sure it's illegal to go to like another state to do something like that.
Obviously, he didn't want to be seen in public, and he just wanted to like pick me up outside of the airport. I remember he said he was going to treat it like a, what's it called, like a cartel situation, and he was going to take my phone and like wipe out every single message that he had. He basically was just like trying to let me out to fuck him, and that didn't work. So then he just got caught at the center.
EDP was suspicious and didn't go through with meeting her. So instead, JiDion hired a private investigator to track down his whereabouts. His plan at this—
Instead of waiting and trying to do it again and trying to get like him to be more trusting, let's just hire a private investigator so we control the guy for money. That's smart.
His point was to just confront EDP at his dialysis center, alongside Skeet, getting him to admit to his crimes on camera to strengthen their case. He instead declined the comment, even calling the police himself to get them charged of harassment.
Get the fuck out of here. You know, this is not a fucking joke, man.
I'm just seldom at a loss for words. You know, 2 years ago you were caught
Kiss my ass.
in 4K trying to meet a 13-year-old, and
Really,
I'm not talking to you. Why?
Really, my nigga, this is bullshit, man, that y'all pulling right now?
Well, Brian, I just want to know, why do you think we're here?
Fuck you, man. That's what I think.
If you could guess, Brian, why do you think we're here? Could you answer me that, Bryant? Bryant. Don't be like this, Bryant. I just have a few questions.
Oh, he called?
Yeah, he called. So
he snitched on
himself. Bryant called.
Right, so he's just trying to be civil. He doesn't want to come.
Imagine the police showing up and you're just in a fucking cupcake outfit and you want them to take you seriously. It's incredible.
Cause a big scene, right?
Oh, we're not going to cause a scene because
we just want to ask him a few questions about this.
No, I
chat
understand,
log.
right? I understand. So
wait, we can't share it. Remember.
Oh, right.
This video did
Why can't they share it?
nothing to get EDP arrested, and instead comes across as a desperate way to make some cash. JiDion's cupcake costume is the best encapsulation of this. It would have been funny in any other context, but it's used here to disguise how badly this all went. But instead of blaming this on himself or Skeet, he's time and time again decided to place all the blame on Kayla, and insists he's done nothing wrong.
Everybody keeps on asking, why didn't EDP get arrested? Why didn't EDP get arrested? Why didn't EDP get arrested? And I always tell them I don't know, because he was talking to a real minor.
Yeah.
He should have gotten arrested. There's no way around it.
The problem is we've already established that like JiDion doesn't have like a particularly good concept of like how the law works. He doesn't really care. So like he's like, well, they didn't do this thing like right before. What was he saying? Well, why are you guys trying to get me trespass off the property? Like, don't you have better things to do? Like what he feels is how he interacts with the world. The only reason that he is working with police in general now is because he has to, or YouTube will ban him. So at this time, he's like, yeah, there's these messages. Why didn't he do this? Okay, work with the police and actually get him arrested. You have the infrastructure, you have the money for it, you have the ability to set it up. He wasn't interested.
But I do know why he didn't get arrested. And I'll just say it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't.
Well, you can't tell me, is it because of the documentary?
Is it I think the documentary the documentary is gonna tell all.
Mike Klum's documentary did not exonerate JiDion like he thought it would.
No, it didn't.
It instead makes him sound pathetic for using a 15-year-old victim as a shield for his reputation. There's a few main reasons why JiDion thinks Kayla fucked up the case, and
because he doesn't want to take accountability for himself.
None make a lick of sense to me. For one, he thinks it was bad for her to make the evidence public and be interviewed by various small YouTubers.
So I had
probably
just got out of watching a Kosh Singh comedy show.
What?
And I was leaving and Skeeter texted me that Kayla did an hour-long interview with a YouTuber exposing how EDP was talking to her. Skeeter posted the footage because he was like, well, damn, since it's already out there, I'm going to go on and post it.
Why would you signal boost this information to cause even higher chance that something bad will happen? That EDP would get away? You said it was small YouTubers? What are the odds that EDP even saw it in the first place?
And I asked her, I was like, yo, why'd you go on and do it? And she said that, they said that it wouldn't affect the case.
Oh no! This irresponsible teenager uploaded a video about this that barely anyone has seen. Oh fuck, she also got interviewed by a bunch of small streamers barely anyone has heard about. Guess we better drop our video that she also got interviewed by a bunch of small streamers barely anyone has heard about.
Yeah, who the fuck are these people?
Guess we better drop our video that the entire internet will instantly see. JiDion claims he wanted all of this to come out after EDP got arrested, but it seems more likely that he and
But like, why would you, well, he's releasing the information where he's just harassing EDP instead of trying to get him arrested. So what does it matter when that releases? I don't get that.
Skeet wanted all the glory.
Like, why would you even? You shouldn't make it in the first place. It's just gonna make EDP more defensive. Makes no sense.
For exposing him. I only came to this conclusion because back in 2023, JiDion didn't seem that upset by her doing this, saying she has the right to speak out because it's her story.
I just wish you would have told me before you dropped all the chat logs on the YouTube channel, but you know what? It's all good though. It's your story.
Well, this is after they already trolled. This is my understanding. This is already after they trolled. Like EDP, so they kind of botched the case. So why the fuck wouldn't she say, all right, at that point, if they're going to fuck around, even if they didn't release it yet, if they're going to fuck around, why don't I fuck around too? Like, I don't understand. Wouldn't that be the logic here?
You can do what you want.
You can have the voice calls.
No, it's not even that. It just threw me like.
I mean, I
just
told
thought
you
we were gonna wait, because I was planning on waiting until the trial, but it's all good.
I got confused. Because I told you I was gonna make a video, right? And then you said I should make one after like I pressed the charges, which I did.
Well, I meant like after everything happened. That's what I really meant.
Sorry. So we're just establishing that the reason that this 15-year-old girl that JiDion was working with to catch EDP, when it came public, is because he told her that she could go public. And he's like, well, that's not what I meant, though. So he communicated poorly, and he... Wait, this just makes JiDion look even more guilty. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Dude, every single time you see this guy talk, holy fuck. I would, to be honest with you, I came into this video, well, Rob's media video, I'm like, oh, it's going to be like another Turkey Tom video. This one's actually like a lot worse. Specifically, well, in a good way. Like, it's a lot worse for JiDion. It makes him look like a fucking clown, dude. Oh my god.
Confusion. It's all good though.
Now, did Kayla speak out under the best intentions? Probably not. She's a self-admitted opportunist who definitely wanted attention off this.
Yeah, just like JiDion. That's what she's like. That's what it is.
Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. as long as you're not harming anybody. And I don't
Again, she feels this way because she's a JiDion fan. And that's the way that he interacts with the world.
think I was harming anybody. And especially when you're my age, if you're 16, people are going to think that you're young and dumb.
True.
So you kind of have to be an opportunist. You have to make your own opportunities. You cannot be waiting for them.
Yes.
But this entire situation was not that at all.
I don't entirely trust Kayla, but I give her slack because she was a child during all of this, and was surrounded by some equally irresponsible people. Like, yes, she was clearly eager to help JiDion at the time, and was strangely down to act as the decoy herself. Really disturbing.
Nothing is really strange, and just I wouldn't say that it's her mentality. Like, it's bad to do that, but like I wouldn't call her disturbing for doing that. But okay.
But it would have always been JiDion's responsibility to shut that shit down and cut contact with her. In fact, he shouldn't have involved her in the first place, and should have just reported
But then how could he not make any? How could he make any content if he doesn't do it? I don't get it.
this to the police immediately. He and Skeet also did this for clout. They're just less honest about it.
I think there possibly maybe could have been different results in this case if me and JiDion did not confront EDP or take the situation into our hands at all. That's a hard maybe though, and you know, that way obviously there's no content there, so it's like,
why? I don't understand why people like JiDion and Cedar Gene say stuff like this that is so damaging to them, their reputation and their credibility, and they don't get it. Like, they're just so fucking, like, optically, they're so stupid.
Like,
If another YouTuber is gonna make clout off of my situation, so am I. TF.
Okay. Again, she learned that from you.
So that's just to show that this
She's just like you.
was 100% her saying this. And,
Got it. Cool.
and the crazy thing is this isn't about a clout situation because
Yes, it is. That's exactly what JiDion wants out of it.
it's really a tragic one. This man was talking to who he knew to be a 15-year-old girl, and he continued having sexual conversation, which is absolutely
Because you invited him into your Discord. Yes.
horrible, and EDP should be thrown under the jail cell. And
Under the jail cell. Got it.
in my first call with her, after I checked up on her to make sure that she was okay, I even let her know that I wanted her to be a ghost in this entire situation. And don't worry about your privacy and everything, Kayla. You're gonna be a ghost in all of this.
JiDion, did you want her to be a ghost in the situation for her sake or yours?
For his sake, obviously.
I trust JiDion even less than Kayla. The guy has clear incentive to save his already established reputation. This might also explain why he now claims Kayla lied about messaging EDP first. This originated from Inside, who asserts that Kayla showed her friends screenshots of her initially reaching out to EDP, later deleting the first message, so it seems like she approached him first.
There's a lot more to the story that isn't public, and there's more to it than both me or JiDion knew about. Kayla apparently sent a message to EDP first. Several of her friends contacted us afterwards and told us that Kayla had shown them screenshots, showed her hitting EDP up first. She basically begged us to let her be a decoy for the first for video for clout. That's part of the reason JiDion never released it, because she misled us on details and then made a video about it. That's what jeopardized the case against EDP. If she had never made a video about it, EDP likely would have had a chance in jail. Okay, I wouldn't doubt that she did that, but like, she's an actual minor, so I don't think it matters. Like, when it comes to decoys, they have to send the message first, I think. So, but like, this is new information. If this is even true, I wonder if this is even true. I don't even know if this is true. I don't even know if I believe that this is true, because this Inside guy, these people have like these people have every incentive to like lie about this situation.
I don't know if you know this thing called Discovery, Kayla, but the Discovery would have to show, and they would have to subpoena Instagram to get those original messages from that account that EDP had. And it would show for a fact that you messaged him first, even though you deleted it.
Neither have provided evidence for this, which makes me really suspicious.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true. I feel like they're full of shit.
It would be easy to prove, but I think the reason why JiDion is spreading this claim now is to get some of the hate off his back. It makes it so that people can't blame JiDion for EDP finding Kayla's account, instead pushing that responsibility onto her, the child in the situation. The YouTuber Plubius would end up asking Inside about this comment, and he avoided answering. Though they did end up discussing the police reports, something JiDion claims Kayla has lied about.
I'm pretty sure that if a minor talks to you first and you still talk to them back and you start sexting, that it would still be illegal. I feel like even if that's true, they're full of shit.
She filed them following the failed sting, but he believes otherwise.
Long story short, there was never a police report filed.
Why wouldn't you make sure that happened?
You know why?
Because you don't really care, and that's why?
Tell me.
Because somebody didn't file a police report.
Why didn't you confirm that she filed it before working with her? None of this ever makes him look good. It's so funny that he thinks it does, though.
And then someone made a fake police report and sent it to me and sent it to the...
And you didn't verify it? Okay.
Documentary guy.
He even claims the case number she sent him was fake.
Why didn't he check on all that immediately?
Attempting to prove so, following his debate of...
Wait, but I could have swore that he showed in the... I don't think that's even true, because I remember watching his response, and he was like, oh, I did check on it later, and it was real. I feel like that's not even... What? I think he was lying there.
Let's Beth.
She gave me a case number and everything. Let me... Okay. I got scared for a second. I was like, yo, is this... Hold up, let me try calling this number.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you...
She gave me a fake number.
Why wouldn't you check in on that immediately after she gave it to you?
Kayla would come forward last week to show her text messages of JiDion, proving this is all a lie. He himself admits to getting in contact with the FBI using her case number, and even corrects himself when she calls him out on his recent lies.
Wow. Dude, wait, JiDion is a piece of shit. Holy fuck. Is he really going this far to try to blame a literal child for the way that he fucked up his predator catch for EDP? That's actually pathetic. Jesus Christ. He's so much worse than I think I realized. This is fucking insane, dude. JiDion's an actual horrific piece of shit. Wow, what a loser. What a fucking loser, dude. Christ.
He only owned up to this within the past week, but it's a claim he's been spreading for quite some time. It's fucking embarrassing.
Wow, JiDion's actually a horrible human being. Holy fuck.
According to Kayla, the FBI is still investigating EDP, so hopefully his admission of guilt in Mike Klum's documentary actually gets him arrested.
I heard that it is helping, so that's my understanding.
The thought of this disgusting creature rotting in jail is so satisfying. No thanks to JiDion or any of his opportunistic friends. These guys are such a laughingstock that even Chris Hansen was lampooning them. The modern day Chris Hansen that badly fumbled the Onision case.
What is your opinion on Skeeter Gene? I don't know Skeeter Gene.
Well, at least it seems like Chris Hansen's trying his best to actually do something productive, you know?
He reached out to me some time ago to collaborate, and it's not something I would ever do. Why not? Because I don't need to. I mean, I don't need to create a clown show with somebody who is merely seeking to get fame and clicks and views on YouTube. Damn. I have my own team, my own way of doing things, and it produces justice. The rest of these clowns, they're out there goofing around.
I bet this is soul-crushing for Skeet, who's probably getting ready for his syndrome arc and eliminate all the other predator catchers.
I only wanted to help, and what did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
So yeah, fuck Alex Rosen, fuck Skeet, and fuck JiDion. I don't care how many predators you guys have actually catched. Y'all are complete retards. And
what? Yeah.
Should let more competent people do your jobs for you.
Alright. Well, cool video, man. Good stuff from Roberts Media. Good shit, man. God bless.